Hey everybody, this is Guillermo Mata here. Thank you so much for coming out to this webinar. I really appreciate your time. I'm super excited for this webinar because finally, and I say this with a smile on my face, finally, the tables have turned, guys. The tables have turned. There are always some type of new regulation coming to play here in the United States, right? There's always some type of new law or something being put in place, and unfortunately, this one works against guys in the medical field. This new one actually fines them, right? Like they get a fine if they don't follow the rules, okay? And Barry and Tamar. I had to invite them back because I like working with people who actually do this stuff, guys. Like guys who are out there day and night doing this. Got it? Okay. Now, not too long ago, they closed the deal at close to 67.9K plus recurring billing. Guys, this is crazy. It's unheard of. It's insane. And when I heard about this, I'm just like, I got to bring you guys back, and I want you to show my guys how to do this, like because I admire these guys, man, and that's why I like work. Like I said, I like working with people who actually do this, man, and I admire how these guys are doing it, how strategic they are with it. You know, the medical field is not it's not an easy field, right? It's not a field where you can just go into it and no. But with this news, the way that these guys have things set up, it's gonna make it so you close those deals, close those contracts without lifting a finger, without doing any of that stuff. Like you can do it from your home and you don't have to sell. You don't need any type of crazy nut assets and all that stuff. It's all done for you. It's all set up, okay? And so like I was saying, like when I heard about how these guys were doing it, I'm just like, I gotta share that with our guys. Like, and you're gonna get a lot out of this call. I promise you. I see that there's a lot of you already excited. You're gonna get a lot out of this call. Before I get started, go ahead and let me know where you're located here in the United States or overseas. Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Also, press ones. I want to see those ones and locations. If you could hear me, let me know your location, all of that stuff. Just let me know in the chat box. All right, so a lot of you can obviously hear me. Good, good, good. All right, so I see this UK, Australia, Canada, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina. Welcome, North Carolina. Texas. All right, so we have some people from Houston, Dallas. All right, awesome. Las Vegas. All right, Nevada. Awesome, awesome, man. Oh, San Francisco. Nice, San Francisco. So we have some people here from pretty much all over the world, all right? Canada, all right? Australia, UK, all of you guys, man. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you all coming out to this webinar. Again, I see that there's more people signing in. I want to make sure that you get the most out of this webinar. So guys, do me the favor. Any distractions, close them down. If you have a laptop, go somewhere where you have that privacy. Focus on this webinar. Take notes. You're going to get a lot out of this webinar. There is something to be offered at the end of the webinar. So if you're not prepared for that, I advise you now to just exit the webinar and join us the next time. And if you're looking to go hard for this new year, you're looking to go full throttle, just enjoy your seat. Don't lose your seat. Stick around. There's a lot to be covered at the end of this webinar, okay? So just keep your eye on the chat box. There's a lot of chats going on right now. I'm going to be posting in there as well. All right, I see that Barry and Itamar just gave me the thumbs up. They're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer my screen to them. Now I will speak to you guys in a sec.
Hello, everybody. Barry Pascoe at the helm here, and we are live. I am joined by the legend of local marketing, Mr. Itamar Shafir. How are you doing, Itamar?
Hey, Barry. Hello, everybody.
Now, just before we do get started, good to see you, Joe. Nice Hebrew, Mr. Joe. That's great. Before we get started, guys, can you hear us loud and clear? Give us a big yes in the chat box. Let's make sure you guys can hear us. And Brent, if you can help Ruffy. Ruffy needs some help there. I'm going to help him. Okay. In fact, you're going to help Ruffy, Brett. It's for you. That's one for you. It's for organization. Okay, Stephen, welcome to Charlene. To Nikki Deely, our good friend Nikki Deely. To Steve Akoma, Nadine Erickson, Carmen. Good to see you here. John Pruitt. Lovely to see you. Charlene. Oh, we got some big background noise coming in right now. I'm not sure where that came from. I think it may be our friend Ruffy with some, he's got to mute himself. Michelle, good to see you here. Andrea, good to see you. Brian, good to see you here as well. What we're about to share with you is going to lead you to see opportunities that you've never seen in your life. I'm telling you right now, we're going to, as you are our VIP members, we're going to take care of you so that you can get an experience. Perhaps, Itamar, can you encapsulate in 20 seconds or less, what are people going to learn in the next 60 to 75 minutes?
Well, they're going to learn exactly what are the main issues that create a huge opportunity in the healthcare marketing niche and how we solve those issues in a way that doesn't require any work on their part, and why in this market you can make $66,000 and more on one account. A lot to go through. Amazing opportunity. Really, something that is happening right now out of this world.
I'll just tell you one insight before we do get started, and that's that a few of our members that have been with us for a year or two have already tapped into the healthcare market. This happens to be the craziest market that they have ever entered into. And for several reasons, we're going to discover during the course of the presentation that when you close a single deal, that could lead to 4, 5, 20 deals without you having to lift another finger. And that's what just part of the insanity. We're going to show you, and one of the most important things you're going to find is that when it comes to this field, there's no such thing as a gatekeeper. You're going straight. We're going to show you why the gatekeeper doesn't exist. And Itamar, if you can take that down as a note, because I know that is a big question that comes up, that question about the gatekeeper. It doesn't exist. So there is absolutely no excuses for anyone that's going to join us who's going to spend the next 60 to 75 minutes with us. There are no excuses. This is going to be a game changer. So if you guys are ready, I just want to make sure that you're focused, your email client is turned off, your cell phone is toned over, you've fed the cat, you've got a drink of water, you're relaxed, and you're ready to take extensive notes. Give me a big ready in the chat box if you are ready to go. So I want to make sure you guys are ready. Ready. All right, Itamar, are you ready?
I'm super ready.
So we're going to be sharing in the next 60, 75 minutes how to crack the $5.1 billion healthcare local marketing niche. We're going to share with you about going to mention and going to introduce you to 3 mega companies who are going to give you access to their multi-million-dollar systems. They're going to force medical professionals to stick to you like glue for 7 years plus. One of them is going to be giving you their $1 million client getting machine, and others are going to be sharing with you other systems and funnels that's going to allow you to be able to make sales and then take care of clients, take care of medical professionals. The average life expectancy of a professional with what we're going to share with you is 7 years plus. So imagine getting a deal that never ends. It goes on for 7 years, and that's why every deal can be worth $60,000 to $150,000. Get ready for game changer. If you have an agency, you'll be able to add this to your portfolio, and you're going to see it instantly. If you're a newbie, this is hands down the easiest way we know to closing $67,000 to $150,000. We're even going to show you how you can close a 7-figure deal where you do not even have to fulfill a thing or lift a finger. Now, I just want to ask you a question before we get into this. If you're an agency, write the letter A. If you are a newbie and you're looking for a way that you can build a company from scratch, write the letter N. I'm just curious, A or N? That's the only 2 options, A or N. I can see here a mixture of the 2. The A's, I want you to share your comments throughout this presentation. When you see what we're about to share with you, I want you to put your mind as if you're talking to the newbies, and share with them what we're sharing with you, what it means, so that the newbies can understand the absolute raw power of this. So if you want to make a comment like that, just write for newbies and then write your comment, okay, when it becomes relevant. So today you're going to discover how to grab a massive share of the medical market for the professionals who desperately need your help. These are doctors, dentists, chiros, you name it. These doctors, these professionals, literally have a major problem. You're going to have the tools to deliver them what they most need. You'll discover a way to grab a huge share of this market and then how to repeat it again and again. You'll be able to repeat it in other markets as well, such as plumbers, dentists, lawyers, yoga teachers, accountants, you name it, restaurants, roofers, grocery stores, fitness trainers, service providers, retailers, you name it. You'll be able to repeat this in other markets as well. You're going to discover a huge hole in the local medical market that's going to allow you to grab a share of this $5.1 billion marketing market. And we're going to show you how to have medical professionals swarming at you like bees to honey, demanding your very high-end services. You do not need to sell a thing. So I don't care. If you don't have a background in selling, it's irrelevant. We're going to show you how a single deal will be worth you 4 to 5 deals on average. That's not like a hope in the sky type of idea. It is reality. We're going to prove to you that a single deal will be worth 4 deals for you, which is how you can make astonishing income with one single deal. We're even going to show you how to close a $100,000 deal that can turn into a 7-figure deal. That's coming up as well. And if you're not yet an agency, we're going to give you an overnight professional marketing agency positioning. So you'll be perceived as one instantly, even if you have no background in marketing or personal sales, even if you have no sort of sales success, you don't have a website, you don't have case studies, you have nothing. Even if you're starting from scratch, we're going to show you a way that you can make these types of sales without any previous experience. So guys, who's ready to close insane deals in this huge $5.1 billion local healthcare market? Even if you have no previous marketing experience, if you're an agency, how you can 10x your income. If you're not, how you can get started. And who is ready to close 6-figure deals, change their business life for good without having to fulfill or lift a little finger. I'm going to wait here for 500 yeses. Billy says, I will thank you. I'm just going to wait here, guys. Otherwise, tomorrow we could have an early night here. Oh, I can see there's like 480, 490. All right, Stephen, you made it 500. Awesome. So let's get started. Guys, there are 2 major holes in the medical market. It's killing doctors. No pun intended with that, but it is killing doctors, if we're allowed to use that term. They have no choice because of these horrible situations that they find themselves in. They have no choice. They need your service. It's not a luxury for them. It's not if they want to grow, they can do this. If they don't want to grow, they don't need it. They have no choice. And we're going to give them such a pain point. By the way, we're reversing the tables on the doctors. We're going to provide them with so much pain and show them the reality that they're in. They'll have no choice but to work with you. So I want you to understand these 2 major holes in the market. You understand these 2 things. You hold the keys to the kingdom of insane income. We have members that are doing extremely well in this market. It's like nothing else we've ever seen. So let's focus on those 2 major holes. 1, and I'm going to go into this in detail, healthcare regulations. They literally are potentially could be sued either by their patients or they could be sued by the government. Literally, with one bad response, one mistake, they can be sued for millions, and that will just put them out of business for good. They are petrified. And when I say petrified, it could be one poor email response. It could be one poor interaction that could lead to a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And I think you guys know what I mean. Doctors, chiros, my goodness, they are the most sued people in the world. And one tiny mistake could lead to bankruptcy. On top of that, doctors are finding, we know that people are searching for doctors today. 90% of all new patients for doctors come through online search. Remember that statistic is around 90%. Now search is changing like crazy and doctors are not being found. So doctors have no choice. They need to get their act together. They need to be compliant, and they also need to get their word out on the web, on the order review sites and elsewhere in order to drive traffic. If you could solve these 2 problems, then you literally are holding the keys to closing insanely lucrative deals. So let's go through this in detail. And I really need you to focus at this point, because if you do focus, we are in business. So problem number 1, regulations. Okay, we know the lifeblood of every doctor is getting new patients. 94%, look at this, 94% of patients would consider a similar qualified doctor over another due to more positive reviews. Guys, look at that statistic. 94% of patients, if you've got one doctor, imagine you need to get you need an operation. Let's say we need to, I don't know, I've got an ingrowing toenail. If I have one doctor who's got a 4.9 or another doctor who's nearer to me has got a 3.2, which doctor would you advise I go to? The 4.9 or the 3.2? Obviously, I would go to the 4.9 every single time. 94% of patients would consider one doctor over another purely because of positive reviews. 47% would go out of network for a doctor who has similar qualifications to an in-network doctor who has more favorable reviews. So 40%, one in two people would prefer to travel out of their network in order to get the job done with a doctor who's got better reviews.
Barry,
Yes.
Barry, this statistic specifically, the 47%, is absolutely astounding. Well, there is huge competition in the insurance network from the different doctors people can choose. 47% will actually go out of insurance network to go to a better reviewed doctor. This is an amazing competition for doctors that were until now pretty much protected with their insurance network.
It's gone.
It's
so
gone.
guys, you have to understand this. The number one factor that patients consider important are reviews. Okay, this is from the perspective of the patient. Okay, write the word reviews in a chat box if you understand how significant getting great reviews around the web is for a doctor. So I want to make sure you understand that. Is that clear, guys? Okay, you guys are getting it. So doctors need to get great reviews absolutely everywhere. Here's the facts. If they have no reviews, no rankings in Google as a result, because Google, the other issue is not just that patients need it. Google won't give them any sort of high-end listings if they don't get reviews. If they have no reviews, they don't even exist. If they have low rankings, which patient is going to go to a doctor with a 2.9? You're not even going to go to a doctor with a 3.8. If they've got bad reviews online, they're completely finished, right? This doctor is the worst thing. I went in for a toe operation and then I lost my foot. You know, a bad review could finish a doctor for good. And here's the major issue. And that is they have no way of dealing with reviews because of horrible regulations. We're going to get to that in a second. But you need to understand that one of the three main factors of Google's local rankings is prominence, which means Google is looking at the user ranking of a doctor. That doctor's got a 3.1. Google will look at that doctor as irrelevant. So if they got bad reviews or no reviews, Google will not add them, will not give them any sort of prominence, will not give them any sort of decent listing, and they will not get traffic. And if you search for that doctor and you see those bad reviews, that doctor's going to lose a ton of potential traffic. So I hope you guys are beginning to understand that doctors have got a real problem, but it gets a lot worse because there's something about the healthcare providers that's worse than any other profession on earth. What is that? They need to be compliant. If they're not compliant, they could be in deep trouble. We call HIPAA compliance, which is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. This is legislation that provides data privacy and security provisions for safeguarding medical information. What it means, if I put this into layman's terms, it means that every healthcare provider, and that includes dentists, chiros, etc., has to be careful and has to be regulated with the information online. And that includes reviews, which means one comment on one review or one response that is out of line could lead to deep, deep problems from patients who could sue them and from the government that could sue them. You can see here that the government could go for them. We could be talking about a $1.5 million settlement suit against the doctor that would put them out of business. Guys, who's starting to see something here? Write me in a chat box if you're starting to feel the pain of the doctor, right? We're going to turn the tables. The doctors are in pain, not us. They're in pain. They need to get reviewed. They need to remain regulated. They need traffic. They need to be everywhere, but they've got their hands tied behind their hands. And as a result, they have nowhere to turn and they're in deep trouble. And by the way, A single bad comment could lead to them being out of business. They are scared to death and they need someone to help them. Itamar, is there anything you'd like to add before we continue?
Yeah, it's a real problem for them. On one hand, they need great reviews, which means they need to respond to good reviews to keep patients happy, and they need to respond to bad reviews to remove those bad reviews and deal with them. But they can't respond because each response, it could be a ticket, $1 million ticket for them. So they are in really, really bad situation, and they need our help.
All right. If you guys, when you experience a light bulb moment, just let us know. I want you to, when you see it and you understand what's going on, we're in deep trouble. James is asking how they delete bad reviews. That is the multi-million-dollar question. You solve that, James? You can build yourself a 7-figure business. I'm telling you right now, give us a few minutes. We're going to get there. Doug's already had a light bulb moment. So we need to do 2 things right now immediately. We've got to help doctors generate their reviews for their business. They need to have it all over the web, and they have to remain HIPAA compliant. Otherwise, they could be out of business. If they have bad history, we got to remove those bad reviews. If they are not compliant, we got to solve that and got to remove that. If they are responding to their clients, even by email, we need to make sure that every single thing they do is compliant, or they could be sued left, right, and center. So we need to get them reviews all over the web. There's 70+ review sites, which are more generic and also industry specific. They got to get rid of those bad reviews, or they are finished because no one's ever going to go to them. And remember, one mistake they make can end their business. So guys, if you're beginning to understand why medical professions need you, again, let us know. If you think that's just it isn't. It gets way worse, because it's not enough for doctors to get great reviews all over the web. That is a necessity. And yes, they've got to get rid of all the bad reviews. But they have to do something else as well. They need to get their information about their company spread around the web, because if they don't, then the big search engines will never recognize them. It's not enough to have their information on their website being accurate. Itamar, you can perhaps share in just a minute, you can share with everyone why they absolutely need to get their information in a myriad of places. That information has to be accurate, or they're going to be penalized even by Google, because they're going to look like they're all over the place. They're not accurate, they're inaccurate, and Google does not want, Yahoo and all the rest will not want to give prevalence to a company or to a business that's got inaccurate information all over the web. That's just the way Google is working. So Itamar, perhaps share with everyone the second issue that doctors are facing, and you'll see, guys, that this could also apply to other types of businesses as well. Itamar, it's all yours.
Yeah. So Barry, can you see my screen?
Indeed we can.
Okay, perfect. So guys, Barry's completely right. So one thing is reviews, but the other thing is search is being completely disrupted and changed in many, many ways. So, and I think those of you who have agencies have seen that in the past 5 or 6 years. So if you look back 5 or 6 years ago, it was all about websites, right? So if I were searching for somebody on Google, click one of the blue links, went to their website, the website had the information about the business, opening hours, reviews, bios, everything about what I need to know, if the doctor provides medical insurance, which kind of insurance, bios of the doctor's certificates, everything. That, in the past 5 years, has completely changed. The fact is, doctors and all other businesses get 2.7 more views out of their website. Okay, imagine I don't know how many of you invested in your website or in your client's website, but imagine investing all that effort, writing content about your physicians, about their bios, putting images, videos of the clinic, putting all the reviews there, and then realizing that 2.7 more people see you everywhere else. So they see you on Google My Business, they see you on the Facebook page, Yelp, MapQuest, WebMD, Vitals, a bunch of doctor sites, Yelp, okay? These are the places where most of the views are. And again, it's not just medical. Obviously, medical has their websites. You guys know it, Vitals, Wellness, Health, DocSpot, Doc, many places. But you also know there are dedicated sites for restaurants, for cars. And people go there and they see the profile of the business. So now, everything you once, all the effort you once invested in your website, you now need to invest everywhere across the web, because that's where people see you. So if a person finds you on WebMD and all they see is doctor this and this, and it's, you know, a pediatrician, that's not enough. Where are all the images? Where are the credentials? Where is the information about the clinic? How is that impactful? So you want to be impactful and convert everywhere now. And that's a big problem for doctors. How do they invest all that effort everywhere? And there's another reason for it. Our searches for us as users, and also it's because of voice search, and that is growing, and we'll cover that, have become much more focused. So search today is not only, okay, I'm looking for a pediatrician in Dallas. It could easily be, I'm looking for a pediatrician in Dallas with a certain specialty that accept Blue Cross insurance. That's very focused, right? Now, what if that doctor didn't provide the search engines that information that they accept Blue Cross insurance? It's not that they're going to get bad ranking. They're out of the game. They don't show up. So this is an example. I just wanted to give you the same example that you can see it with your eyes. This is an example of pediatrician, Brookline, Massachusetts, take Blue Cross insurance. Okay, a search. First thing that comes up on organic searches is ZocDoc. Not a doctor, a directory. And it comes up because in that directory, every profile of every doctor have a ton of structured information, including reviews. If you scroll down, if you go to ZocDoc, you can see. And that's why it's getting found, but it's not just doctors. I want to open your mind, you know, think about other businesses that you know, Facebook pages, Yelp pages that you saw, restaurants, other businesses. Everybody needs to provide a ton of information because people are doing much more focused searches. And the fact is that when you have profiles with a ton of information, you get 347% more searches. You get found 347% more. Your listings get found 460% more. Yelp specifically shares statistics of 214% more page views for pages with a full profile with all the information versus pages with fourths of a profile. You know, what we usually know as a name, a phone, and a number, and maybe a logo of a business, right? And that also ties back to reviews. So if content needs to be everywhere, reviews needs to be everywhere. Can't be only on the doctor's website because, hey, 2.7 more people see you not on your website, but on all other places. So they need to see on those places, on Google My Business, on Facebook, on ZocDoc, on Yelp, on MapQuest, that you have 4.5-star review or 5-star review. So imagine the poor doctor. The poor doctor now needs to replicate his website across the web with a ton of information everywhere and create more reviews to show up everywhere. And if he doesn't do it, Google is not going to give him prominence, okay, which means he's going to show lower on the ranking. By ComScore tells us by 2020, 50% of searches will be voice search, okay? Google says right now, 20% of their searches are voice search. How many of you, I'm just going to do one question, how many of you currently do some sort of voice search? Write voice in the chat box if you do some sort of voice search today. Yeah, of course. Deb, John, Michael, Nadine, Mike, Beth, Billy, Tom. A lot of people do voice search. I do voice search as well. But the thing with voice search, again, it's much more structured. It's much more focused, right? You can do, because you talk to a machine and the machine gives you one answer, then you need to have a very focused question. For example, I want to go to a restaurant Chinese near me that is open now, not more than 2 stars, that also has a veggie menu and serves egg rolls. Do you believe the kind of search that I just did? From my bed with an Alexa. Now, your information needs to be structured all over the web, but now we have a different issue. More companies are putting out there more search engines, more AIs. You guys probably know Siri, you know Amazon Alexa, you know Google Assistant, right? Everybody knows it. You know Microsoft has an AI that is built on Bing, and those different AIs take their information from different places. So for example, just so you know, Alexa takes most of their small business information from Yelp. Google doesn't do that. So actually the answers, depending on the machine you use to search, the answers are going to be different. How insane is that? You search in your Alexa and you search in your Siri and you're not going to get the same types of results. What does that mean? Again, it means that no matter where the AIs and the search engines are taking their information from, the doctors need to be there. They have to be everywhere all the time with rich information across 70 websites, all the websites, so all the search engines can find them and provide structured answers. And the future, guys, that's even more dispersed. It's more scary. So again, Barry, I'm going to bring it back to you, but I just want to summarize. They need all their reviews, all their content, full, rich, across the web all the time, and that's a very difficult task for them.
Incredible. Doug immediately is seeing the opportunity here. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You add on top of that the idea of the compliance issue, where they got their hands tied behind their back, they're in deep trouble. So we've got to solve the second issue. If you can solve the second problem as well as the first issue of compliance, then literally you can get them onto Google, Facebook, Yelp, Vitals, DocSpot, everywhere and through every type of search and industry-specific search engines as well. You do all of that whilst protecting them in terms of the reviews, getting rid of the bad stuff and developing a lot of great stuff. You literally could take any medical professional and double, triple, quadruple their income. That's the power that will be in your hands whilst protecting them from multi-million-dollar lawsuits. If they don't work with you, they literally could be closing their business down tomorrow. Guys, if you're starting to see the big picture now, the light bulbs are starting to flash. Give me a big OMG in the chat box. I can see Frederick gets this. Doug, my goodness, has got it. Charlene has got the bronze medal for this. Joel's got this. People are starting to get this. Oh my goodness. We got like floodgates here. All right. Now, if you think that's not enough problems, they've got a lot more. Let's add one other detail, and we could go on and on and on. And that is there's a specific problem here with the medical profession because doctors could be working in multiple places. There's two things that you got a problem with medical doctors. Number one is that some search, when people are searching for the doctor, they'll be searching according to the location where that doctor is working. And 45% of healthcare searches, though, are going to be about the specific physician, the specific doctor. So not only do they need to have their names with the right details all over the web, they need to have their locations. But let's add another factor, and that is that, for example, Dr. Andy Jacobson could be in multiple locations that we know most doctors are. So they're going to have their online records, not just being accurate everywhere in 70 locations, but they also have to do that for every location, every surgery that they're working in. So we're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of combinations and permutations of information that needs to be updated everywhere all the time with their name, with their locations on all these sites, with accurate information such as hours, holiday specials, you name it, all the time, everywhere. Guys, you feeling the pain of the doctor? It's insane. Absolutely insane. You can understand why doctors are having to spend a fortune on their marketing. So doctors have to be everywhere all the time with account and rich business information. They have to remain HIPAA compliant in multiple locations. It's a near impossible task. And it's a task that they don't actually do. They could be sued and they could lose their entire business. So it's not like this is a luxury. Remember that this is not a luxury. So they have no choice. They need you. Unless they don't want to have new patients and they like to go out of business fast, they have no choice. So that's what we like. We like a market where we have people that spend a ton of money, are in deep trouble, have a lot of needs, and you could provide a solution. So you're going to solve the problems of search and being found everywhere. You're going to make sure they're going to be HIPAA compliant with all of the reviews to make sure they get traffic and get rid of all the bad stuff. And we're going to make sure all their content appears everywhere, all the information appears everywhere with the multiple locations that they are working. If we can solve those three things, do you understand why you're about to enter into a gold mine? Do you understand if you could solve these three things, Get doctors found everywhere. Remove all the bad stuff. Massively increase the reviews. Massively increase the traffic of clients. Massively increase the value of that practice and make them a ton load of money. Do you understand why that would lead to a lot of money for you? Give me a $ in the chat box if you understand. I'm going to wait here until we get 500 responses. I want to make sure you get this. If there's something you're missing, stop me right now. Right, Rick Webb wins the most $ award. Second is Tom. Wow, people go absolutely bonkers. All right, they've got about 300, 400 people saying, okay, people getting this. Good. Do you understand? So we need to provide a solution to this. We've got to get their information all over the web for all of their locations. We need to get rid of the bad reviews, increase the good reviews, drive them a lot of traffic, increase the amount of sales that they generate or clients that they get, and getting a non-stop traffic. Who would like to see how we're about to do this? All right, I can see everyone would like to see that. Let's get into it. Now, there is a secret, and that secret are 3 mega companies that have reached out to us and allowed us to secure a deal for you guys that is not just game-changing, it is life-changing. You're not going to believe what you're about to get your hands on, but let's just put it this way. If you haven't got an agency, forget it. Because you now are a mega agency. If you've got an agency, you're going to look at this and say, oh my goodness, anyone that understands this world will be looking at this and their eyes will be leaving their sockets. If you don't, you can propel yourself to mega agency status positioning overnight because you're about to work. Yes.
The agencies are going to love this because those of you who might know some of these companies are just going to drool when you see the deal that we got for you.
Exactly. Because you're not just going to team up. You're going to be like a vital partner. We're going to show you something you will not believe. Anyone that's ever worked or touched any one of these companies will not believe your new status as a result of what's happening. By the way, it's the combination of these companies that make this absolutely incredible. So meet your first mega partner, Empathiq. Now, this is a leading company that provides a HIPAA-compliant review response system for medical professionals. They are literally going to take care of the doctor, making sure that we can get rid of the potential lawsuits, making sure that they're HIPAA-compliant with everything that they do, making sure that we get massive amounts of great reviews all over the web, and making sure the bad stuff disappears, and making sure the doctor in all of his or her responses remains compliant so they will not be sued, not by the government and not by their clients. Now, this incredible company are inviting you to join them as a leading consultant, representing them. So you can use their branding, their incredible reputation, their incredible case studies as if they are yours. Now, the most incredible thing we're going to share with you in just a few moments is that they're going to wipe off 45% of the cost of all of their services. So you literally could take home 45% of every sale ever generated without you having to lift a single finger. Nothing.
That's going to be a lot of money because, and I know you're going to show them, guys, in this market, there are huge, huge deals from the very small practitioners. There are huge deals because the LTV is 7 years. And doctors need to buy several licenses. So it's a huge market.
So let's get on with this and show you what's going on. How is Empathiq going to solve all of these issues? So let's start from the beginning. We want to generate, the first thing we're going to want to generate for doctors are positive reviews everywhere. Remember, if you don't do that, if doctors are not found everywhere, reviews everywhere, they're not going to be taken seriously by any of the search engines, not even by Google. The doctor needs to be seen everywhere with positive reviews. So look at this system, this incredible system. A patient has just come back from the doctor. The system will send them a message on their cell phone saying, thank you for joining Dr. Grant. Please use the following link in order to review your visit. Great. So he or she clicks on the link. Now the system will ask, did you have a positive experience or a negative experience? If it's a positive experience, then we're going to send them through funnel A. If they had a negative experience, we're going to send them through a different funnel. Look at the genius of this. It was a positive experience. So then we will respond, the system responds and says, you know what? That's amazing. We'd appreciate it if you took a few moments to share your experience with others by writing an online review. Click here click here to leave us an online review. The system has an incredible algorithm that will send that patient to the most vital review site that the doctor needs in order to increase its ranking, to increase its relevance, to get higher search rankings in Google, Yahoo, Bing, you name it. So the system knows exactly where to get the best bang for the buck for that review, right? Write the word genius if you think that is smart. This is just the beginning. Write the word genius if you think that that's incredible, right? Joel gets it, right? Mike gets it, Bert, John, Tim, everyone's getting this. So the positive experience, Empathiq will spread that review all over the web where it is most needed. So could you imagine? You have to start, just imagine for a second that you can now get any doctor, any medical professional seen with their reviews where they are needed most. It happens automatically. You're not going to lift a finger. Now, what's going to happen to negative responses? In the past, you're going to have people flying all over the place on the web, leaving negative responses about Dr. Doolittle, right? Dr. Doolittle caused me so much pain and didn't solve my arthritis. I'm in more pain than I was before I met Dr. Doolittle. And you spread, and they get these horrible reviews all over the web. How can we prevent that? So patient visited Dr. Doolittle. The patient receives a message. Thank you, Bert, for joining, coming to our surgery. We'd love to get a review. How was Dr. Doolittle? They click on the button. How was your experience? Was it positive or negative? They click on negative. Instead of sending them around the web, the system would then put them through a different funnel where it remains completely internal, where the Empathiq team, only they will be looking at these negative responses and will be coming up with strategies for Dr. Doolittle to improve his practice and to make sure he doesn't get another negative response in the future, and takes care of Bert, who had a negative response, takes care of Bert directly in a compliant way. So we make sure that these bad reviews never surface anywhere on the web. Give me a big OMG if you're starting to see a very smart system in place, right? People are starting to see that. Guys, we're just starting the process. So the poor experience Empathiq system will route that feedback privately to the doctor, and the Empathiq professional team will give professional suggestions to the doctor of how to improve. So this is the second service that you're going to provide. Again, hands-free. You don't have to do a single thing. But let's go even one step further, guys. This is just the beginning. What if the damage is already done? What happens if someone's gone off to go Google reviews or somewhere else and has left some damaging remarks about Dr. Doolittle? His ranking on one of those engines is at 3.9 because Bert left a horrible response. The Dr. Doolittle caused him more pain than he was in before he started. Well, the Empathiq Unlimited team is going to, in a done-for-you fashion, is going to dispute those bad reviews and is going to get rid of a ton of them on behalf of the doctor, so that the medical professionals will be able to remove the bad reviews and turn their 3.8 into a 4.5 like it was before. Imagine a professional service that not only is going to make sure they get a ton more good reviews, get rid of, and make sure the bad reviews don't surface, but those that have surfaced, we're going to get rid of them. All right, guys, are you starting to see the light bulb? This is unbelievable. On top of that, they're going to respond in a hyper-compliant way. So for reviews, whether they're good reviews or bad reviews or mediocre reviews, someone's going to respond to them online. Otherwise, the doctor becomes irrelevant. Someone sent an email in, the doctor's got to respond, or he's going to look like a fool. But he's got to remain compliant, or he's one step away from $1 million lawsuit. If he responds online, he's one step away from multiple lawsuits from the patient or from the government. So the Empathiq professional PR writers team will take care of that for the doctor. Whether it's a good response, a good review or bad review, is going to help create a personalized email responses and online responses on behalf of the doctor. And this can be part of the clinic and organizational process. Guys, give me a big OMG if you're starting to see an absolute genius system in place, right? Is there a doctor in this universe that cannot do with this service? right? Literally, they are one word, one single word away from multi-million-dollar lawsuits. They can be sued left, right, and center. This is absolutely unbelievable. And you can understand why medical, yeah.
Yeah, I think just want to reiterate that slide. You guys, you need to understand that although there are different reputation management systems, this specifically focuses on medical, but in addition to that, white glove response service, HIPAA compliant, almost does not exist. Imagine a doctor having 100 reviews on 7 different platforms. You need to respond to every review. Every review is a potential hazard for a lawsuit. You need somebody to answer. How many doctors do you know that have time to learn HIPAA review and answer all those questions? None. So the white glove service is what Empathiq uses to keep businesses together with them for 7 years. That's the LTV of the company. And it's not only because of technology, it's because of the done-for-you HIPAA compliant response service and dispute management. Just want to, so especially I think those of you with agencies appreciate somebody doing all that work for you while you're, going to make a ton of money, and Barry's going to share with you in a second.
And if you don't have an agency, imagine you could do this without you actually lifting a finger. Now, someone asked, 7 years, where's that statistic from? Well, the incredible thing is that Empathiq's been around for about 7 years. So basically, when doctors join this service, they never leave. All right? Imagine that you could provide a service, you don't even have to do anything yourself, and doctors never, ever leave. So just understand why doctors cannot do without the service. Bad reviews are going to kill them. No new patient's ever going to come to them. One small mistake could end up with a horrible lawsuit. A lack of reviews make them irrelevant in terms of Google, and they won't get any more traffic. And not showing up rich content across the web, no one's going to find them. So they have no choice but to do something and to make sure they're compliant at the same time.
Barry, why don't we show them for a second just how the Empathiq system actually looks like live?
Okay, if you want to show something. Yeah, go for it.
Just quickly, I think people appreciate to see the system live. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I just want to show you something cool because, again, this system is a system that anybody can see, provides a lot of value, and doctors actually can use it to do so many things, but all this service is done for you. So the doctor doesn't really need to do almost anything. So what I wanted to show you, and again, it ties back to this specific market. In this market, this is a dashboard of a clinic, okay? If I go to reviews, I need to log in again, timed out. If I go to reviews, you can see that inside this hospital, and this goes to the fact that Empathiq focuses on healthcare, there are doctors, okay? And when I click on one of these doctors, I see all the things that Empathiq did for that doctor. So Empathiq as a technology, which is a clustering technology, i.e. they recognize in this market, every business is a multiple business. Every business, every clinic, every group of doctors, or even one doctor, because people search for doctors by name and by clinic name, are multiple accounts. And they take care of all these accounts, the clinic name account and all the doctors inside. And just see how far this goes back. It's 2012. This doctor has been around for 5 years. Last review in September. Imagine having, the first time I saw it, I didn't believe it until they showed me the stats and showed me the customers. I never saw a service that has an LTV of 7 years. I thought it does not exist until I saw this. This means this is a non-stop money-making machine, and each sale, each deal is multiple licenses for 7 years. That's just something, a little something that I wanted to share.
Wonderful.
And yeah, I'm gonna bring the screen back to you.
Awesome, awesome. So guys, this is a system, again, doctors can't do without it. I don't have the screen back. If you can send it back to me, I appreciate it. Okay, perfect. They cannot do without it. Now, here's something else we want to do for doctors. We need to show them, this is the secret of getting doctors to stay for forever, is showing them the value of what you are providing. You can do this in seconds. They get to look at it on their cell phone. They can see, literally, they can see if they're a doctor, they're running a clinic, they've got multiple doctors. They can see in seconds exactly what's going on in their organization, how many reviews, what's happening on 70 review sites in a glimpse of the eye. So a doctor gets this in 10 seconds. They can see absolutely everything. So Empathiq is going to solve the review issue all over the web for all doctors and all practices, providing a complete reputation management solution and a lot more. This is just the beginning, but it's not enough. It's not enough because, yes, we can get reviews. That's great. And we can get some traffic through that. That's fantastic. But it's not enough, guys. We want to go one step further, because what I want you to do for doctors is not just take care of reputation management. That's not enough. We want to make sure that they get to the top of the search engines and are able to drive a ton more traffic and more clients into their practice. Because I can tell you one thing, a client, a patient for a doctor could be worth tens and tens of thousands of dollars. So with one single deal that you would generate through this system for a doctor, they will be glued to you for life. And that's how literally a single deal could be worth six figures for you. So we want to distribute all of the information of that doctor, its address, his or her address, their opening hours, their holidays they're not around, all of the information for all of the locations that they're working in throughout the web. Why? Because potential patients are searching in multiple ways, as Itamar mentioned before, and we need to make sure they can be found using every imaginable search, whether it's through type on all of the type platforms, whether it's through voice with all the voice platforms, and in all other manner of ways. This is a multitude of different variants that they could be found on, and we need to make sure that they're found. Otherwise, they are missing out on a ton of traffic. Now meet your second irresistible mega partner, Yext. They are a New York Stock Exchange company. Now there's some people that are working with Yext, but I don't know very many people that are going to be treated like VIP members of Yext like you're about to. Again, you have the ability to command 45% of sales that are going to be generated without you having to lift a single finger. It's insane. You literally have to commit to hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales to get a deal, anything like this. Now, what Yext is going to do for you is going to spread the word in conjunction with Empathiq. Remember, this is not just a standalone. It is the combination of these two. This is two mega companies that have come together and have created something astonishing. And in fact, it is through what we've done and this connection between these two companies that they themselves are seeing an opportunity that they never had themselves as standalones. So Yext, the you everywhere, always engine, will supply accurate, rich information of that doctor around 70 plus top sites, directories, social networks, so the doctor can be found everywhere, all the time, accurately, on every platform, with every type of search, type, voice, you name it, so they get way more patients. Guys, you see the combination of Yext plus Empathiq. Who is starting to get the light bulb? I'm just curious. Who now sees this? Frederick's had a light bulb. Roberta has had a light bulb. My goodness, Charlene's got a light bulb. People going absolutely bonkers. And we know if they're going to be found, they're going to get way more patients. But guys, from your perspective, something incredible is happening. This integration of Empathiq with Yext that has never existed before is that you're going to get a dedicated account manager from Empathiq in conjunction with Yext, who's going to be there to help you take care of your client with everything. Yes, everything from the initial start-off call to the nth call in the 7th year to the 10th year. They will take care of your medical professional concerning everything. For your perspective, it's hands off. So I want you to imagine a situation where you could close a deal that you know is going to last on average for 7 years, where you don't have to lift a finger for a single day. You just put another doctor inside. You could find one doctor, make yourself tens of thousands of dollars without doing anything, and that's going to pay you for years and years and years and years, and you do not need to lift a single finger, right? If this is getting more exciting, let me know. So the combination of Yext plus Empathiq basically leads us to the promised land, to something extraordinary, because it allows us now to provide a never seen before service for doctors that suddenly solves their biggest nightmare. They can now be found everywhere, always, with rich information on top rating reviews. Medical professionals, they can be found more when patients are finding they'll be choosing to work with them because they now can be found. Their practice is going to grow as a result with their reputation. Everything is hyper compliant and done for you, so you don't have to lift a little finger. They'll be getting rid of bad reviews and adding a ton more good reviews spread all over the different places for all of the localities they work with, for all of the team members that are within their organization. And you're going to be paid on every single account up to 45% without lifting a little finger. Doug is saying that sounds like a crazy deal. Yes.
I'm going through questions. People are going ballistic. So many people are asking, okay, how much money can we make? This sounds amazing. And you just alluded to that with the 45%. I know. I wanted to tell people because I'm seeing so many questions. Guys, we're going to show you exactly how much money you can make. And it's not up to 45%. It's 45%.
Plus. You're right. I'd say 45% plus, guys. We're going to get to it in a second. It's astonishing. Just wait for the numbers, guys. 30 is about a minute, and your eyes will pop. Literally, I want to make sure you're strapped to your seat because when you see the potential here, it's absolutely insane. Anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, so I wanted to do just a quick review of Yext, but I think we might want to just jump into the numbers.
We can do it a little bit later on. Yeah, let's get a little bit later on. We can show people a little bit later on that, and it's going to come up in a minute. But you can see the potential of this. But I'm not sure you can just believe what you just saw because we can solve absolutely everything and turn that into a lot of money. The secret is this combination of Empathiq with Yext. In the past, you may be able to work with Empathiq, you may be able to work with Yext. You may try and put them together, but never before have you had this opportunity where you have this synergy between these two mega companies that allow you to go out and make a ton of money. We're going to show you how in just a second. So how much money can you make? I'm sure that is a question that you're asking. Well, there are different tiers, and licenses are sold between $99 to $249 a month, but that's just the beginning. I want you to understand how a $249 per month license, which is a combination that you're going to provide between Yext and Empathiq, how that can lead to six-figure deals. I'm going to share it very slowly so you understand the potential here. You see, most medical professionals are working in multiple locations, so they need multiple accounts. So if they only work in 3 locations, which is in fact actually quite low, that means a single deal will make you a ton more money. Now imagine we've got a clinic where you don't just have one doctor, but you have several doctors. And imagine if each of those doctors are working in several locations. So one small clinic could be purchasing 5 licenses for that location for 4 doctors. And then those doctors would need to also get licenses for the other locations that they're working in. Imagine a larger clinic that could purchase 20 licenses, or a small hospital that could purchase 200 licenses. The numbers become staggering. And if you want proof how one deal equals 4 every single time on average, Empathiq has 20,000 licenses right now. Okay, now this is something this new integration with Yext is brand new. No one's ever seen this before. So you have an opportunity to go in and sell something that is way beyond anything that anyone's ever seen before. But I wanted just you to understand how one deal equals 4 to 5, because they've got 20,000 active licenses, but they only have 5,000 accounts. That means each account is buying 4 licenses. So one deal equals 4 deals. And the LTV, the life expectancy of a client, is 7 years plus. They've only been around 7 years. And with this service, it's probably going to be a lot longer. So one deal equals multiple deals for years. So the numbers become staggering. Just take a look at this. You know, you could sell one account with just one license. Let's say, you know, it's a single doctor in a single locality, and that's it. $249 a month, or yearly, give him he or she a 10% discount on one client. Since the average LTV is 7 years, one deal will be worth you $18,000 plus, $18,823. Now imagine if you sold one account with 3 licenses for each doctor. So there, where there's 3 licenses, that will make you over 7 years, $60,000 with just one deal that you don't have to do any fulfillment or lift a finger. Now imagine if there's just 5 licenses, which is again very small scale. That could be worth to you over 7 years, $152,088, $12,674 a year. one single deal without lifting a finger. All right, guys, if those numbers look pretty impressive, give me a big OMG in the chat box. I want to see if you guys are starting to understand this. Yes, and this can
Guys,
work in multiple ways, whether it's multiple doctors in a locality or one doctor that's in multiple localities. Yes, Itamar.
yeah, so people are going insane. Guys, these are real numbers. This is not hypothesizing about something that can be maybe. So we were directed by Empathiq when we go to market to go after small, mid-sized clinics and also sole practitioners, because every account worth several accounts. Let me just give you one small example. I'm going to show you live in a few minutes. Just if you search for a doctor, 45% of people search for doctors by name, 55% search for the same doctor by their clinic name. That in itself is 2 profiles. Both the clinic and the doctor need to have 4.5 stars and need to be everywhere all the time with a ton of information. Now that same doctor also almost always, in addition, even if it's a solo practitioner working in a home clinic or home office, almost always they work in a city clinic or another clinic, because the clinic is actually the funnels for the doctor. They bring clients to their private clinic from there. So every doctor is 2 licenses. Every doctor is an access to a clinic with 4 or 5 and more doctors. So imagine you have a clinic of 5 doctors. Like Barry said, you buy 1 license for the clinic, 5 licenses for the doctor. It's $152,000, and these are real stats. Again,
And
not like dream. Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate. It's like real.
And you'll be taking 45% of that, and that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. We haven't even started yet. We've got a great comment from Michael there on Skype for you there, Itamar as well, by the way. Okay, so how much money can you make? Guys, these numbers, you're going to times it by 7, because these doctors are going to stick with you for 7 years plus. We only have these statistics for 7 years because that's how long Empathiq's been around. So the numbers are absolutely extraordinary. Now, it gets even better. Because if you sell one account to a small hospital, or multiple location clinics, let's say 200 licenses for just $65 a month, right? That would make you, in sales, $156,000 a year, one single deal. That's over $1,092,000 over 7 years. 45% of that is in your pocket, and it's just the beginning. And we're not only, Empathiq will show you how to do this. They've already started to do this, and they simply cannot deal with the deluge, the absolute deluge of this integration they've now got with Yext. They cannot deal. They do not have a sales team. They do not have the ability to reach out like our team does, like our members do. So literally got an entire open market ready for you, ready to get started. So I hope you were blown away by these numbers. Now let's move on, guys, because there's still a small detail we have to deal with. How are we going to get doctors banging at our door demanding your services, right? If we can answer this question, and we know the numbers are there, but what if you can actually get doctors reaching out to you because they are scared stiff of being sued? They're scared stiff of regulation. They need to get reviews all over the web. They're not doing a good job in terms of traffic. They need to get their information across the web. They need your help. How do we get them to bang on your door? Because if you can get them to do that, it is game over. Does that make sense, guys? Just give me a big G-O in the comment box if you understand that that would be game over, right? Because doctors need this. If they reach out to you in tears, needing your service, you wouldn't have to sell anything, wouldn't have to do anything because everything is done for you. You just need to supply them and set them up with the system. Okay, you guys get that. So Yext has an incredible tool. Now you'd have to be you'd have to be a really decent agency to get your hand on these tools, right? You'd need to show them that you're going to generate at least a couple of millions of dollars of sales for them to share with you their systems. So let's get ready to have doctors demand our services, shall we? Let's get ready to start closing deals without having to lift a finger and have doctors reach out to us. This is just a small, simple tool that does so much. And I want you to imagine, as Itamar shows you through this, I want you to imagine that this tool is on your website with your name, with your agency name, whatever you want to call it. Even if you're starting from scratch, I want you to imagine this is all happening to you. Itamar, it's all yours.
Yeah. So guys, what I'm showing you now is a tool that you're all going to get from our partner Yext, and it's going to be your specific tool, and you're going to get this website, amazing website as well, that we're going to show you later. The tool is actually a tool that creates a demand, and I'm going to use the exact same example that I used before because I want you guys to see it. I want you to see how I search for a doctor and I search for a clinic name. So first, let's do something very, very simple, okay? Just going to go to Google, and I wrote pediatricians in Dallas, and I'm going to go to the local stack. Now, I'm looking at pediatricians, 3.2, just out, right? Immediately I see a 3.2. I wouldn't go to a 3.2. Pediatrician, I'm not going to take my kid to a 3.2 when I have a 4.6. This doctor doesn't exist, has nothing. This one is 3.2. 4, okay. This one has nothing. 3.6, you guys see where I'm going with this. This is not even, I didn't take any sophisticated tool, and I'm going to show you in the training a ton of scrapers that can take all these doctors and find their emails. But when we're looking at this specifically, just on a simple example of Google, you immediately see, oh, this doctor has an issue. Now I'm going to take the name and the details of this doctor and want you guys to see what's happening here. Okay, and you're getting a limited access to this tool. Now, those of you with agencies probably know that some companies are selling these reports for $2 a report, and this is going to be unlimited. Okay, and you can put on your website, send traffic to it from Facebook advertising, email marketing. I'm going to show you a bunch of things, and what happens is people come, doctors come, clinics come, they do their own scan, and once they do the scan, they become a lead that goes to your email. Let's look at the scan right now. Okay, so the scan is loading up, and what it's looking for is actually looking at both listings and retrieving reviews across around 70 websites. Okay, and let's just see where it takes us. We already know that business has 3.2 stars on Google. That's not a surprise for us. But what we can do is imagine those businesses getting emails from us, enticing them to come and do their own health check. They do this, they see the report, or we create the report and PDF or email that to them, and we say, hey, 67% of your listing is inaccurate. 73% of businesses in the same category in Texas have better reviews, okay?
Guys, you have to understand. Sorry, just 1 second there, guys. Imagine a doctor that goes through a page, does this little test in 20 seconds, and sees that 73% of his competition or her competition is beating them. Do you understand the pain we are generating for that doctor, right? He's looking at this, or she's looking at this, and is shaking, right? This is literally, you don't have to do any selling. You've already, by the time that they've done this little online health check, it's done. Notice this is on your website. So and by the way, there's a button there if you scroll up, Itamar, where they can then, it says, contact us today. And that puts them into your system. You have a funnel, by the way, that's built by Yext that literally takes these potential prospects and will sell them. It's all done for you. When we said that literally you don't lift a finger, we meant it. Right? Sorry, Tim, I just wanted to share that point. The pain that we're generating here is what generates the sale.
Completely. And you guys know there is nothing better. In this program, you have one task. It's to show as many physicians this report. That's the task, either by pulling them into the report or by sending them the report. But that's it. Once that report is in their face, they realize that their reality is very, very bad. And let me show you another thing that you can show them. It's not only that Inwood Village pediatricians might be in a jam. So I just went to their website. Immediately on their website, you'll find a bunch of doctors, okay? And usually the top doctors are the head of the clinic. So people, again, 45% of people look for doctors by name. So now after I search for the facility name, I'm now going to search for the doctor's name, okay? Just going to get back. I want to grab that address. And I don't know, maybe that doctor has great reviews. Maybe he doesn't, okay? Maybe he doesn't. And if she doesn't, excuse me, and oh my God, she doesn't, then it means that 45% 45% of people who are looking for that doctor, that specific doctor name, are going to get this. Basically, she doesn't exist and she doesn't have reviews. I don't know what's worse, to not exist or to have like 2.5 reviews. Both are horribly wrong. Now, look at another thing. Everything that we talked about, I'm showing you that you can see the reality in seconds, in minutes that I'm showing you this. This clinic, little clinic with 3.5 stars on Google, has 6 doctors. You show this clinic, their doctors are non-existent. Their head doctor does not exist. Their clinic has 3.5 star reviews, and they need to get better very fast. You'll have them banging on your door, wishing that you would work for them. And guess what? You're not going to do any work, because once you take their money, Empathiq is going to do all the work for them, and very, very good work at that.
And you don't even have to take the money, right? That's even covered for you, number one. And number two, notice there's 6 doctors there. So it's not even, you're not going to close one deal, but you close one deal, that one deal is 6 deals right there. Itamar, 6 deals, we're looking at the numbers, if I remember correctly, that's a $150,000 deal in your pocket for just showing them a little bit of pain. Guys, just give me a big OMG again. If you're understanding how this is an unbelievable tool, you are showing doctors so much pain, they have no choice. They need to reach out to you. And Itamar, when they click on that button, contact us, just explain quickly what happens in terms of where they go. John, I think it was John, Joel was asking, how do they get in touch with us? What's the mechanism? What's happening once they click on contact us?
Okay, so I just made you up the presenter, but I'll explain. There are 2 things that are happening. Once they do the scan, you guys saw the scan that I did, immediately that specific widget account, but you don't have to put just on your umbrella website. You can put on the landing page, you can put on your own website that you currently have up, goes directly to your mailbox. The scan that I did of that clinic went to my mailbox, and the scan that we're going to do with your widget are going to go to your mailbox. So you immediately know that that doctor did a scan on your website, and you can immediately email them back, hey doc, I saw you did a scan on my website, you have 3.2 stars, your doctors don't exist, let's help you. That's one. Second thing is, if they click contact us, we're going to show you how to set up that contact us button goes to the contact us form on the website we provide you. And if you don't want it to go to the website we provide you, that amazing website, it can go to anywhere on the web that you want.
But trust, guys, you really want to send it to that website, because that thing converts like absolute crazy. So everything is done for you. You've got everything in place in order to attract doctors, cause them so much pain. Remember this, we're turning the tables on the doctors. This is very satisfying. We're going to create so much pain for the doctor that they literally are begging for help. And we know that that is something they're going to stick with for a long, long time. And that's how a simple deal, a simple search, a health check can lead. Remember, we're using health checks. This is really turning the tables. Can lead to a 7, 8, 9, 10-year deal that you can make an absolute fortune. So this tool is all yours on your domain, white labeled. You can stick it with your name. That's right, NikkiDiddy.com, Rick Hoffman, Robert Isaacson, Scott Hall, Rose Stones, on your particular domain. You're about to hit the big time. This is major, major stuff, but it gets even better, because you're also going to get the done for you exact funnels that work. So if anyone is not quite sure, wait a minute, how do I respond when they reach out to me? Don't worry about it. You don't need to come up with some sort of innovative marketing. Done for you funnels. So you know exactly how to reach back to these people, to these doctors, so it leads to a deal. So everything's done for you. And once the deal is closed, you don't even have to do a thing afterwards. That's done for you as well. And here's something else. If you would like to close a deal that can make you $150,000 in a single year in sales, remember 45% of that is yours in your pocket, plus a ton more. We'll get to that in a second. Empathiq are going to train our graduates. They just started this process of getting very big success, but they cannot deal with this massive market of how you could go and close deals with small hospitals, little clinics, where a single deal could be worth 20 deals, could be worth 40 deals, where you could be making $150,000 with a single deal without lifting a finger, without having to do any fulfillment, and hand it over to the Empathiq and the Yext teams. If this is getting interested, write in the chat box, YEA. Yeah, meaning yes, and also you, everywhere, always, which is the branding of what we are doing for these doctors, right? You guys, again, I'm just waiting. I want to see some more yeses or nos. I can see, I'm just waiting because we've got hundreds of people here. I'm just waiting for another 50, 100 responses. Otherwise, I guess we can go home without eating tomorrow. All right, everyone's giving a big yes. Okay. Now when you have your hands, a way to generate non-stop desperate medical professional leads, you've got a tool that's going to do all the selling for you, create so much pain that they have no choice but to reach out to you. You've got tools to get medical professionals results. They can be seen everywhere. We're going to take care of the reviews, everything, the online management A to Z. And that's just the beginning. Because, and this is really, really crazy, because what happens if you want to build a legacy? Let's imagine, you know what, 45% on $150,000 for a single deal in 1 year. Not bad. That will make me, I don't know what, $65,000, $70,000. You know what? That could be a job for someone. There are people working 9 till 5 every single day slogging for $65,000, $70,000. But you know what? And I hope you're saying that that's not where you're going to stop. I want you to get ready for insanity. Because Empathiq, together with Yext, because of the incredible nature of this, this integration of these two amazing companies together with Umbrella, are allowing us to sell additional non-competing Umbrella products to their clients. So you can make even more money, which is unbelievable. So you're not starting anymore at 45%. It just starts there. I apologize. You just start at 45%. But once you've got that doctor and you've taken care of one thing, you can then upsell them to other things. This has never happened before. That Empathiq, even though you're representing them and Yext, you can upsell them to other programs as well. Any of you that are part of the Umbrella universe know that you've got a bunch of things that you can upsell them to. And that means that the numbers we just shared with you is just the beginning. Guys, give me a big OMG if that is just absolutely unbelievable. Bart says no, as Frederick says, you are continuing to impress me. So let's just recap the healthcare. They need to be everywhere with top rankings. They have to be hyper compliant. They need to be managing multiple online profiles all over the place. We're going to save them. We're going to get the top rankings. We're going to get them everywhere online, whilst you make 45% as a starter for 7 years plus on multi-$1,000 deals without having to do any of the fulfillment, any of the work. You don't even have to do any of the billing. And you'll be getting literally deals. You'll be getting access to their, using the lead generation tool, you'll be able to access a ton of doctors who are going to need your help. Now, if that's not enough, if your legacy, you want to build a legacy that's not going to just be great for your children, but it can be pretty good for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren at the same time, imagine if you could repeat this in other markets. Plumbers, dentists, lawyers, yoga teachers, you name it, any kind of service providers, retailers, roofers, grocery stores, fitness trainers. Imagine if you could rinse and do this again and again in other markets as well. Pretty insane. That means you could get these businesses of all these different markets everywhere, all the time, with accurate information, reviews, so that you could get them a ton more traffic and more sales. You want to see proof about the sort of sales you'll be able to get these other clients? Look at this. This is an affordable roofing contract that's working with a third company that's joined forces with Yext and Empathiq. They generated 50% more revenue because of the system that you can get your hands on. Here's the Grand Lake All About Pets. They have increased their revenue by over 100%, increased their Google reviews, their Broadly reviews, their Facebook reviews, 100% in increased revenue because of a system that you could give to them that you don't even have to lift your finger to execute. This is a heating and cooling company. They've increased 20% in revenue quickly. You don't have to do anything. Here's a dental practitioner, 17% increase in revenue. For dentists, that's an absolute fortune. Another pet retreat of 110%, in increase in revenues, a ton more reviews. They're expanding like absolute crazy. Here's a law firm, 10% increase for a law firm without you having to lift a finger. Do you know the value of that for a legal firm? It's absolutely insane. Guys, welcome to your new third partner. For those of you who want to join as well, the third partner, Broadly, they'll be able to repeat everything that we have shared with you up to now in every imaginable market that we got at the bottom of the screen, which is absolutely incredible. Remember, you're not going to have to fulfill on anything. You don't have to do any account management. You don't have to set up the customer. You don't even have to do the kickoff call. Nothing. You don't even have to bill if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. You don't need to. And retaining of the doctors, the system would do that for you. The professional Empathiq team would do that for you. Taking care of the doctors throughout the 7, 8, 10 years, don't worry about it. They'll take care of that for you. It's all done for you. You take 45% home basic of the top line revenues, and that's just the beginning, because you can upsell them to other services, which we share with you within the program, and they are your clients. Guys, give me a big wow in the chat box if you would love to be able to take care of this for doctors in the medical profession, and if you'd also like to then go back and repeat this for other markets as well. That's right. You take care of the search issue. They can be found everywhere on every imaginable type of search all over the web. HIPAA compliant reviews, ton more reviews, get rid of all the bad reviews in multiple locations for doctors all over the place and multiple working in different places. And you can do this together working with 3 mega companies. I hope you guys are blown away and ready to close multiple long-term, hugely lucrative deals in the medical profession and other professions with barely lifting a finger. Guys, who's absolutely, unbelievably blown away? If you're not, Itam and I have failed. Give me a big BA if you have been blown away with what we've shared over the last hour and a quarter. Now we have some good news and we have a little bit of bad news. So guys, all I can tell you right now is that if you want to be part of this, you would like, if you've got an agency, you're going to fly into this. And those of you, if you don't have an agency, you need to be ready, because everyone in the agency that's here is going to jump, is going to fly. So please be ready. Itamar, anything you'd like to share with us before I introduce our members to something absolutely extraordinary?
No, I think you got it. It's all clear, and I haven't seen so many BAs since I've flown British. So people are blown away.
Oh, incredible, incredible. Actually, they named British Airways after this webinar. So Umbrella Together Really Successful presents our complete UMed system. Y-E-A-U, everywhere, always. That is what you're going to be able to provide doctors and other professions. You're going to be able to make an absolute fortune without lifting a finger. You are going to get your hands on the incredible software to get results from Empathiq and Broadly and Yext. You're going to get the multi-million-dollar Yext software and reseller account to be able to start sending Yext as well as a standalone if you want. You'll be getting access to the hyper-compliant white glove service and success team. So you don't need to worry about taking care of clients ever. Just don't worry about it. Your job is to make a ton load of money. You can upsell them. This is a unique positioning that we have with Yext together with Empathiq that allowing you to upsell them if you want to. By the way, if you don't want to upsell them, you don't need to. You may be satisfied with a $150,000 deal and you don't want to upsell them. That's up to you. If you want an easy life, you could be making an absolute fortune without doing anything, but it's just available if you want to. You're going to get your hands on the Health Check Scan Lead Gen Magnet tool system that creates so much pain for doctors. They have no choice but to click on Contact Us. And when that happens, you're not selling anything. They are demanding your services. They need your help. You're getting access to the white label professional site for instant agency status. That is a huge value. It's on your website. Yes, blah, Pat, Derek, D, Ron, Bill, Sherry, Rick, Ron, Sharon, Nadine, Gary, Sharad, Mike, and others on your website. So if you don't have an agency, you do now, it's game over. You've got a professional position agency with a website that looks absolutely spectacular, that does all of the setting for you. And when they click on the Contact Us, when they use the online health tool, they're going to come straight to you. And if you're concerned, wait a minute, how am I going to get doctors to go to that page? Itamar showed you one small strategy, completely free. And you can get a VA doing this all day long, sending you tens of thousands of doctors into your traffic for nothing. You could just reach out to them, send them an email, by the way. You've got the entire funnels pre-done for you, converting funnels. So you don't even have to think about what the funnel should be. So you can reach out to doctors, and with the converting funnels, you get a VA doing this all day long, driving doctors to your health check. That's going to lead to pain all over the place. They click on the contact us. It goes to the sales generating website. And then they say, guys, I need your help. At that point, you're not selling. You've got yourself a deal. It could be worth 60 to 150 plus $1,000. It's incredible. And you've got training. We're going to hold your hand. And it's very simple, guys. The proposition is very simple. We have integrated Empathiq with Yext and broadly. And this requires, we need to make sure that every single member that joins us gets a result. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you have everything. You've got any question whatsoever, there's one commitment you need to make. If you've got a question, you have to reach out to our team because we need you to be successful, and we're going to do everything in our ability to help you to be successful. But it's not just that. You also get exclusive training with the Yext and Empathiq top sales teams that are not going to teach you any sort of marketing theory. They're only going to teach you what's working right now. So forget about, if you don't have time to waste, if you want to get a marketing degree, go to university. If you want to start making money, learn from the teams that are making a fortune, that are going to teach you exactly what's working and is going to give you what's working. So you just literally need to copy and paste into your email, etc. What they're also going to share with you a huge payday training where you can go after clinics and hospitals. For those who want to go for those $1 million deals, one single deal could make you $1 million over 7 years without lifting a finger, which is absolutely insane. Again, you're getting 45% on that, and that's just the beginning. You're getting also top seller live sales recording, so you can see how it's done. If you want to do that, you don't have to do it. You can outsource that. That's the easy part. And remember, this is inbox. People are coming to you. You're not going out. You're not cold calling. You're talking to people that have had a health check. They're in desperate need of help and want your help. So we just share with you exactly how to position yourself. It's very simple, and you can outsource that. You don't have to do it yourself. And this is literally over $225,000 in value that you're getting. You are becoming now a mega agency. On top of that, you're going to be qualified, certified by the Empathiq and Umbrella team. That's an unlimited value. So anyone here is new, it's game over. I don't care if you're new. You don't need to have any experience to do this. You've got instant credibility. You've got the top agency positioning. You've got a sales machine system website that looks absolutely stunning, that does all the setting for you and does all the work for you. It's incredible. Plus, if you don't even want to do the billing, you're not doing the fulfillment. If you don't want to do the billing, well, also it can take care of that for you as well. So there's not a single person here that can't get started immediately. And I want you guys to go through that training because I want every person successful. I don't want anyone going out there guessing their way through it. Now, the members have already joined this, that have already started to reach out and have already got people that are going to jump onto this. These are people, just started to reach out. They've got a lot of drive. They just went out and just did this. But we're recommending go through the training. It's the only thing I recommend because then you literally will be set up to have an absolute success. I want you to close a deal instantly. I don't want anyone having to wait weeks or months in order to close a deal. That will be ridiculous. The opportunity is so huge. I want to make sure that you get it. So this training I want you to be part of. Someone who's not willing to go through that training, please, I'm not sure if this is for you. It will be recorded, but I do want you. It's going to be just a few hours of training. But if you've got questions, please reach out and let us know. I want you going out there and closing deals quickly. I hope that makes sense. Guys, just write in the chat box, if you are committed that you'll go through that training because I want you to be successful. I really don't want you going through this, trying things out that aren't going to work. Every person that joins us, I want you to be successful. All right. And again, you're getting 45% on sales for Yext as a standalone as well, on top of everything we shared with you. Again, you'd have to commit to a fortune of sales to get that deal with Yext. No one has that deal. There are people that have been selling with Yext for years yesterday that could not believe the deal that we have for you. They literally would have to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales to have got the deal that you've got. Now, our partners are allowing us to share this with 120 members. Yesterday, we had a crazy training. Literally, it flew to pieces. People joined. People couldn't join. I put onto the sales pages. It was absolutely bonkers yesterday. As of right now, and by the way, there's still people joining because there are people that filled out forms. But I can tell you 32 is probably down. I could do a check in a few minutes. But we've got 32 spots left for members. So you need to be ready or you will miss out. So guys, please be ready to be part of this. Now, I do want to warn you two things. One, this price, it's very special offer we're about to make, will go up. Now, the reason it's going to go up because our costs are going to go up. These teams are allowing us to do this for a small group of our members. Once that is gone, this number is going to go up dramatically. Right now in our calculations, Itam and I were talking about this earlier because we know this is going to close very, very soon, is that we're thinking about the only way we're going to be able to release this publicly is at the $3,000 to $3.5 thousand price point. That's what's going to happen once we hit our numbers, which is, and it's just not going to be a choice because otherwise it's going to be a situation where it's going to be a complete loss leader for us, right? So you need to be ready. Here we go. You're getting access to absolutely everything. Here are the options right now, guys. This is for the Med system. If you want to go for all the other niches, I just want to tell you that after you join, you've got an incredible offer to join broadly, and you can then increase this and go for other niches as well. Here we go. If you want to join at Gold, you're getting access to the multi-million-dollar software to get results for any med. You're getting access to the multi-million-dollar EX done for you funnels, done for you. The exclusive training of the EX Empathiq sales teams, the huge payday training going after hospitals, top sellers live sales recording, getting all that including the bidding fulfillment done for you. That's just $997. Now, if you want to go platinum, you get all of the above, plus the multi-million-dollar online health check scan lead generation magnet tool, which you can also, but that's a $10,000 value, or you can get it for free if you commit to $2 million of sales with Yext. Plus, you're getting the white label professional website for instant agencies access and success and status. You're getting, that's a $10,000 value. Plus, you're getting certification. This is for platinum at just $12.97. We've only got few spots left, guys. This will go very, very quickly today. You need to go there right now. The URL you need to go to is grabumed.com. Grabumed.com. Itamar, if you can put that into the chat box. I can see that Itamar's already done that. Grabumed right now. This is for the medical profession. For those of you who want to work with broadly and want to expand this to other markets as well, you can do that. There is an incredible offer once you join as well. Just being honest. After you join, you can do this for other markets. If you just want to make an absolute fortune with doctors and medical professionals, join us right now. Excuse me, at grabumed.com. Grabumed.com. Head over there right now. I can see that several people have already joined during this training. I'm going to grab names. This is absolutely berserk. Guys, you need to go over there right now. Grabumed.com. Grabumed.com. I need to get a swig of water and come up for breath, Itamar. Your comments, what are you seeing so far, and anything you'd like to add? We've got a ton more things to get through.
Yeah, definitely. So many people are excited. So many people have a bunch of good questions. Yeah, so Nikki's asking, what does certification gets us? So you're gonna be an Empathiq certified consultant, which basically means that you can present yourself as part of Empathiq. This helps you in two things. One, you can own all the case studies, marketing collateral as your own. B, when you sell retail price Empathiq, nothing is bypassing you because you're certified as a partner. Nobody's bypassing you. If that lead by some coincidence goes to Empathiq, they're going to bring that lead back to you so you can continue the conversation. So those are important things. The same thing with the X and same thing with Broadly. So by the way, it's Umbrella that developed the Empathiq and the Broadly partner certification. And for Yext, you're getting a Yext or original partner certification. Okay, that's super important for all social proof aspects. You saw how many case studies, for example, Broadly has, and the same thing goes for Empathiq and Yext. If you're a newbie, for example, and you go to market, you can show, hey, we did this, we did this, we did this. You can use the we conversation because you're part of a bigger team. Okay, so another person asked, I think Brad asked, how are you going to sell into hospitals? So we're going to do a specific training with Corey, who's the head of sales for Empathiq, on how they sell specifically to hospitals. Now, guys, they recommended we go after sole practitioners and small clinics, which are between 5 to 20 licenses per deal, which is amazing for us. That's a lot of money. And they're seeing a lot of success with that, and they give us specific categories to go after. But we're also going to have a session specifically on how to go after hospitals, okay? Now, Barry, please.
Sorry, I know you're just in the middle of sentence, but this is very important because we've got 32 spots, and that is, I can just read out some names. This is going berserk. Edward Winslow, you're in and you're safe at Platinum. Gary Gurman, you've done it. You're in, you're safe. Marjorie Alayon, sorry, I pronounced it incorrectly. You're in, you're safe. Michael Till, you're in and you are safe. I can see Craig, you're in and you're safe. Martin Frey, you're in and you are safe. This is blowing up, guys. Sorry to interrupt you, Itamar, but this is happening right now. GrabUmed.com. If you want to join at Gold, by the way, just go to GrabUmed. You see on the left-hand side, there's a button there. You can click. There's a link there. You can join at Gold. Yolanda Alvarez, you're the latest to join. You are safe. So within literally 2 seconds, or 2 minutes rather, we're down to, at this point, about the 25 mark. Because I can see another person's just joined. A couple people have just joined again. Robert Isaacson, you're in and you have saved. You have made it. Guys, this is it. GrabUmed.com. This is becoming an emergency. I can see 2 more people have just joined. Sorry, I'll come up for breath in a second. William Willie, you're in, you're safe. Bob, you're in and you're safe as well. Bob Rogers, you're in, you're safe as well. Itamar, it's all yours. I'll update you in a second. But guys, flying off the shelf. We got literally probably 24, 23 spots. Another person has just joined as well. I've got a new name that's just joined us. Hold on, it's just refreshing. And that is Rachel Pothenroth. You're in. You've made it, Rachel. You're in. You are safe. Itamar, it's all yours.
Yeah, so Rick is asking, I hope I'm answering your question, Rick, is asking about the pricing for Broadly and how much do you get. So Broadly, like every other vendor here, you're getting 45% of whatever you sell, and Broadly is $249. So Empathiq, you can sell between tiers of $99 to $249, and basically they only sell $199 and $249 for at least a yearly commitment. Broadly is only $249 for a yearly commitment, and all those companies also provide us with 10% off that we can give customers for yearly, and also additional discounts that we can give if they buy multiple licenses. We'll go over this in a specific pricing section. So you'll see they give us a lot of flexibility to discount to make big sales, which is what we want to do, okay? And Serena is asking again, how much is charged per license? So Serena, around $249 a month, or usually a yearly subscription, which is $249 times 12 minus 10% discount for the yearly. Can you sell Yex alone and Broadly alone? Craig, you can only do that, I think, if you buy the Platinum. Barry, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, only if you buy the Platinum and the offer that is after the initial buy.
I'm sorry to interrupt you a second, but we've got a major update here. Nikki Dealey, our close friend from Dallas, is in, and she's in. Stephen Marchessault, you're in. You made it in. You're safe. I've got more people that are joining as we speak. I don't have the names yet. As soon as you join, give us your name in the chat box. Itamar, back to you.
So does this offer traffic training, like how to get traffic for your website? Yeah, definitely. So we're going to include in this training how to do, we have a built email funnel. We have 2 scrapers recommendations, so you can scrape emails off the web. We have another email harvesting tactic, so you can blast and get people enticed, and they come and do a health check on your website, fill in the form, and then you get back to them because you're already in communication about the bad scan they had, right? So that's something we teach you, and we teach you plenty of other ways as well, okay? By the way, for those of you who are getting Broadly, we're going to teach you a specific Facebook advertising funnel that is creating leads for less than 20 bucks a lead that you can follow up with, again, using the scan. The scan is like a super tool. Barry, I see some people are asking for, just check the messages.
Yeah, I can see this. Guys, I'm not sure people ask about multi-pay. I'm not sure we can even get there, guys. I'm telling you right now, this is blowing up. Stephen, I don't see you. I see that you said you're in, but I don't actually see. I just checked you right now. I don't see you yet. Let me just do a refresh. I do see some other people that are joining.
Derek,
Here we go. Jorge Arellana, you're in. You've made it, Jorge. You are safe. Mario Parker, you are about to go out and crush it. Crush it with doctors. I can see here that Gary has just joined, also has joined at the on the back page as well, has just joined, and will be crushing this in other markets as well. This is blowing up and is insane. I apologize, guys. I've got a very important link. I'm sorry to disturb you there. I know you're trying to answer questions. If you're having a problem joining, there's only a few spots, 5 spots only available with our team. If you've got a problem joining, go to Save You Med. If you can put that in the chat box, that email is faster than the speed of light. SaveYouMed.com. Head over there right away if you're trying to join. We've set aside 5 spots to talk to 5 people. We just don't have the time. If you want to save a spot somehow, you can only join in a few hours. You need to speak to your spouse. You need to feed the cat. You need to walk the dog. I don't know what you maybe need to do. Go to Save You Med and fill in the form right away, because we've got some bad news for you. Unfortunately, I can see more people are joining. It is blowing up as I speak right now. Let me just give out, I'm just refreshing. I've got some more names. Webster, you're in. Stephen Marshall, I can now see you're in. You are safe. You have made it, Stephen. I know you've been trying to join for the last 6 minutes or so. You are the last to join, and you are safe as well. Another person's joined, and I'm still waiting for confirmation about the name. Back to you, Itamar.
yeah, so we have a bunch of good questions here. So Derek is asking, do we get email templates to send to doctors or clinics? Definitely, Derek, not just one email template, but a funnel, and not just a funnel, also a system that does the funnel automatically. We're going to show you what to use, and it's going to be free. Is there a setup fee for each doctor or clinic sign up? So there is no setup fee. What's happening usually, Abba, is that almost all Empathiq customers buy in for a yearly account. Almost always. That's what we're going to teach you to sell, and that's going to be a better payday for you once you sell a yearly account, especially if it's multiple licenses. How will practices track results for new patients? Hey, Barry showed you the amazing newsletter and the system of Empathiq, right? As soon as you sell a practice, we show you how you schedule through our system. It's everything through your members area. It's not a big deal. It's very simple. It's like working with a booking software. Through our members area, you book a time between the client and an Empathiq success team member, and they onboard them and they do everything. Once they onboard them to the system, that's it. All the review generation, all the bad reviews, whether it's organic, whether it's because Empathiq created them, all the issues, it's all done through the system and all tracked, and every week they get a newsletter with all that information. It's super, super simple for the healthcare provider. Okay? What else?
Yeah. I do apologize. Mario, you've just joined also the Broadly system. You're in and safe with Broadly. Virtual Market, I'm not sure your first name, I've just got a company name. You're in as well. You are safe as well. I can see people joining the Broadly program. I'm sorry to interrupt, but people asking, once you join, there is an insane offer. If you want to repeat this magic and not just do this with doctors and medical practitioners, such as doctors and chiros, you name it, dentists. You want to do this with other types of businesses, such as retail companies, plumbers, accountants, lawyers, you name it, and get ridiculous results for all manner of companies and want to just expand your horizons. There is an incredible offer. Once you join, you can also join that. That is super, super, super limited. Click on, once you join, make sure to join that as well. Do not close that page once you have joined, because you won't be able to go back to it. That's just an update, people asking a question about that. Sorry, back to you, Itamar.
Yeah, Barry, this is actually an important point that you raised. Broadly, specifically, are doing so well in so many niches. Guys, I know a lot of you, we saw a lot of A's, we saw a lot of agencies here, and we saw a lot of newbies. It doesn't matter if you're an agency or a newbie. If you're an agency, you already have clients. You have an HVAC company, you have a lawyer, you have a chiro, you have a gardener, you have an eye doctor, you have accounts that are not healthcare. Broadly is another $249 a month with 45% rev share and yearly commitments with a lot of years LTV for you to add on all your clients, and they're going to get a ton of reviews, a ton. They're very good at what they do. probably one of the top. I don't know if you guys know, but the founders came from Demandforce. Demandforce pretty much did the same thing for dentists and was sold to Intuit for more than $400 million in 2012. These people know exactly what they're doing. Okay, so Broadly is perfect for everybody, anybody who has customers and want to expand to other customers. And for you newbies, right, you know an HVAC company, you know some gardener, you know an accountant, you know a lawyer, you know a dentist, maybe your own. These are all walking, wallets that you can tap into, and not only tap into, help. These are very good solutions. Okay. So Pills is asking a very good question. Can Yext make our? No, that's not the question. I'm sorry. Can Yext? No, I'm not understanding this completely, Pills. If you can ask your question. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
can Yext make our new agency visible to all websites? We are newbies. Oh, and he completes. If doctors do a health check on our agency, we won't have reviews. Oh, I think Pill is asking if you do a Yext for yourself, right, Pills? If you do a Yext for yourself, would that help you with your reputation management so you can present yourself as somebody who shows up across all places across the web with structured information, a ton of images, videos, and reviews? Of course. Of course. It will take you exactly 2 weeks from the time you set up a Yext account until you have a magnificent profile almost everywhere on the web. And because it's 45% off and the retail prices that they give us are so low, it's going to cost you $260 a year if you want to do it. $260 for you as an umbrella member. Retail, it's about $1,000.
Okay. We are entering into the situation, tomorrow. We got literally something like 12, 13 spots left. This is insane. The last people to join. Stephen, you've joined Broadly. You're in, you're safe for the entire complete collection. Patrick Ward, you are in and you are safe as well. You have joined. Welcome on board Platinum. You're in and you are safe as well. I can see more people joining. Guys, as soon as you join, please do me a favor. Let me know in the chat box as soon as you have joined. Again, the URL, if you're trying to join, you've got a problem joining, go to Save UMed. If you're trying to save a spot, I can understand right now, getting a report from Ilan, that those spots, he's got like 1 spot left. I'm not sure about John. They got 1. Literally, you need to fill out that form right now. You have no time to waste. If you're trying to join, you can't join, or you're having a problem join, go to Save UMed. Now, if there's no appointments available, still fill in that form, and our team will try and get back to you. We cannot commit to doing it. Simply, we're overloaded. So please bear with us, but fill in that form. It will take you exactly 30 seconds. Fill out that form. If there isn't an availability, or if there isn't a cancellation, there isn't availability, our team will have to get back to you. But I can see more people joining. This is it, guys. You literally have a few minutes to make a decision whether you are part of this and would like to get a massive share of the medical professional market. It's an opportunity like we've never seen before. It's insane. Itamar, do you have a question you're trying to answer?
Yeah, several. All good questions, by the way. So John has a great question. He asks, and maybe some of you have thought about this as well, does Yext agree not to compete or take my sales? Interesting, right? You're thinking, okay, I'm working with a big vendor. It's a public company. Nobody to talk with. So, John, few very interesting things that you will now know protect you. One, the widget that Yext are giving you is your own personal sub-distributor widget under an umbrella account, which means all those leads are going to you. They do not reach Yext. B, you're an original Yext certified partner. They don't steal their partners. It's not just that you're an umbrella certified partner. It's in collaboration with Yext. You're going to get a Yext official partner badge. Okay? Nobody's going to take your clients. If anything, they're just going to push more clients towards you. That's the way they work. So because the leads are getting to you and because you're going to be a certified partner, nobody's going to compete with you, not Yext and none of the other vendors.
Okay, let me just answer
Yeah.
some questions, Itamar, if you can help with this. I think this is very important. Who do you think, and try and put your thinking cap on here, who can do this? Someone is sitting here, we got 10 spots left. I'm missing 2 names. As soon as you joined or you've already joined and I haven't read your name out, please give your name in the chat box, guys. This is coming down to the wire. At this moment, it is coming down to the dire wire. So I need your name. Derek Shand, you are in. You are safe at Platinum. You've made it in by the whisker, literally by a whisker. So Itamar, who can do this? We got about 10, 11 spots left. Who's able to do this, in your opinion?
I will tell you in a second just one thing that I want to say because people are asking, guys, who can do that, Barry? Who can't do this, right? Let's see what we took off. Fulfillment? No, you don't need to do. Account management? No, you don't need to do that. Billing? No, not for you. Anything else I forgot on fulfillment? No, you don't need to fulfill or do any type of billing. Who's doing the job? Top line companies that preserve customers for 7 years. You get a great LTV. So what is it that you need to do? Like I said before, we have one task, okay? It's a task anybody who puts their mind to it, go over the training, can do. Show as many physicians as we can their scan. Once you show a person the reality of their situation versus where they need to be, that's the moment they wake up. And for many of them, they're just waiting to get that email from you. You need to understand HIPAA compliant review response is not something that anybody provides. Yext doesn't provide it, Product doesn't provide it. There is almost no reputation company that provides white glove managed reputation services at all. And those who do, don't provide HIPAA compliant responses and manual dispute management. This is a lifeline for them. So I think if we take all that and we boil it down to, hey, it's simple, just show doctors a scan and have that as a conversation piece, then I really think that, any person who puts their mind to watch the training and do what the training says, yes, any person could do that.
Let me just answer from the other perspective. Who can't do this? I can tell you a couple of people that can't do this. One, if you are absolutely full of yourself, that you believe that you know absolutely everything, and you've got nothing to learn from multi-million-dollar sales corporations and teams that know funnels that work, and you think that you're going to do it your way. Now, there's nothing wrong with you innovating and testing things, but I just want you to understand this, guys. If someone gives you something that's working, you start with that. You want to tweak it afterwards. Once you start making significant money, you can do it. There's no problem with that. It's called innovation. We're not telling you to be robots. But don't start with something that you're guessing. Start with something that we know works. I don't want anyone guessing this. Remember, our ability to bring these types of companies to you is dependent on you having success. Why is it you think that Itamar has formed incredible relationships with the very heads of Yext, their marketing division? I don't want you to understand this. Yext is a public traded company. For them to make a decision could take months, if not years. They reached out to Itamar. They jumped at this opportunity with this collaboration, with everything we've done together with the 3 companies. They jumped at this. Why? Because of the success of our members with other programs, with other things that Itamar has presented to our community. So your success is your additional success and our success in the future. We are literally locking hands together and building something incredible. And the success you have with this is only going to lead to even other opportunities that will lead to even more success. So the only thing I'm requesting is that, and I know, and I'm being very, very stringent here, is that if you don't have the ability to listen, you think you know everything, this may not be for you. I'm just being absolutely honest. But if you're someone that's willing to listen to systems that are working, to funnels that are working, to tools that are working, and just allow the system to work for you, we're going to show you how to reach out. We're going to show you how to bring a ton of doctors into that pain-creating system that will force them to reach out to you. We'll show you once they reach out to you exactly what you need to do in order to position this right, in order to get the deal. If you can have that humility, then you can do this. If you're lacking it, unless you have got a hugely successful agency that's working for you, then I can tell you this is not for you, because what's going to happen is that we're going to get frustrated that you're not having success. And there's no reason in the world that you should not have success with this. None at all. I can see some other members have joined also the Broadly program, the additional that you can find on the back end of this as well. Patrick, you're also in. Marjorie, I just seen that you joined also the Broadly system. Derek, I see you joined as well for that. Guys, we're running out of spots. Right now, the front end, you've got 9, 10 spots at the most, not 7 or 8. I have to do a full check right now. But we're coming pretty much to the end. Let me just continue with another big question that came up, Itamar. I want you to answer this, and you've already started answering it, but if you can just, just perhaps elaborate upon this. Someone who's a complete newbie, right? The agency people are jumping all over this. Nikki Dealey's of this world jumped at this faster than I think Carlos could run 100 meters in 1988. Let me ask you a question. A complete newbie that's not a Nikki Dealey. Explain to me, and Dorica's just joined, here's a complete newbie. Explain why this is suitable for a newbie and what they need to do in order to get up and running and getting results quickly once they've gone through into the program.
I think once they've gone through the training into the program, that's it. They pretty much will know how to get emails, blast them, entice people to come into the scan, create the scan, follow up, and sell, as well as learning how to sell to hospitals from Empathiq themselves, and a bunch of other cool marketing hacks that are built for newbies. I don't see any reason why after 2 weeks, if you put your mind to it and you actually learn, go through the training, and you spend some time with us, like Barry said before, if you're a newbie and you're not going to go through all the training, that might be an issue.
I just want to tell you, if someone's asking, has any student had success with this? Guys, you're going to meet the sales teams that are making absolute deluges of money, selling Yext, selling Empathiq. But what you've got, which is unbelievable, is the integration of these two, which is a brand new system that's integrating these two things together that allows you to do a lot more than any one of these companies can do by themselves. So yes, there is a ton of people making money with offers that are a lot less lucrative for the business, far less exciting for the doctor, and only provide part of the service. You've got something that provides everything, and you can sell this, and the opportunity, again, you don't need to sell this. I don't want anyone here thinking they need to sell something. They definitely don't. That is not the nature of this. Anyway, guys, I'm to ask a quick question, because we've got a few spots left, and that is it. Anyone here would like to join at a multi-pay? I won't offer it if it's not necessary. Who here would jump on a multi-pay? And who would be committed if I am going to open up a multi-pay? You are committed to following 2 weeks of training. I want that your second installment will come from profits. I'm just going to wait, see if there is a need for this. I'm going to wait a second. All right, guys, let me just get there. Let me just get over there to a very special link, guys. This is going to go in seconds, and we don't have 10 spots left. This is the most we could have set aside. We have far less than this, guys. Here it is, umedspecial.com, umedspecial.com. Run over there faster than Ben Johnson won the 100 meters in 1988. You need to get there in 9.8 seconds, was it? And he was on steroids. You need to be on high steroids, or this will go very, very quickly. umedspecial.com, umedspecial.com. Head over there right now. You get to head over there ASAP. This should be, it's been swamped. I can see that people jumping there right now, guys. Make and join us now. This is it. This is it. If you want to join, this is your last opportunity. And we got a special 3-pay that's available right now. 3 easy payments, 30 days apart. Itamar, any major questions coming up that's still cropping up for you?
Yeah, no, so I just answered a few guys privately. When I did sign, it took me to a screen that looked like this was signed, then disappeared, and then took me to... Robert, you're asking a question that I can't completely understand. If you can elaborate a little bit, that would be great, and I would love to take your answer and answer it out loud to everybody, unless it's private, and then tell me. Could you explain the difference between Yext and Broadly again, please? Yext is a listing and Broadly a review management, Craig is asking. Yes, so I want you guys to kill the word listing. Listing is something that happened 5 years ago. What listing used to be, and for those of you who don't know, there were several companies before Yext became a behemoth and pretty much took over the market, that made sure that the name, phone, and number of businesses will appear accurately throughout different publishers. What happened is, because search became so disrupted, is that now Yext is becoming the backbone of search information for structured data. It's no longer about name, phone, and number. It's categories, it's bios, it's description, it's coupons, it's discounts, it's holiday times, it's insurance that you provide, it's Visa cards that you take, credit cards that you take or don't take, it's images, it's videos across multiple channels as channels become more and more niched. So that's what Yext does. Broadly, as you mentioned, Craig, yes, Broadly does reputation management. So between Yext and Broadly, you're getting all you need to get to make a small, or any business, not just a small business. Yext works with, Denny's and giant companies, but any kind of business, small, medium, or large, and give them everything they need, which is a ton of good reviews, structured information across the web, which is rich and full, everywhere, and can change all the time, by the way. The cool thing about, so Empathiq is reviews. That's simple. The cool thing about Yext is Yext allows you to schedule in the future changes to your data. Let's take, for example, let's say that in Thanksgiving, you want your Facebook cover to change to Yext, to change to a background image of, let's say, something from Thanksgiving, a turkey. You want your hours to change to your working hours during or before Thanksgiving. You want a special discount 5 days before Thanksgiving. You have a Thanksgiving special service that you want to show. On that specific day, boom, across 70 websites, and I mean all websites, Google, Facebook, Yelp, MapQuest, but also obviously your Bing, Yahoo, Dex, Cars Info, Vitals, whatever niche you're in, all that information changes across all those websites at the same time. So search and structured search is no longer just everywhere all the time with structured information. It's also dynamic and up to date, because if I'm asking my Siri, if you're open now, and the answer I'm getting is no, even though you are, you're losing business. If it's the other way around, even worse. You say you're open, I went, you were closed, I'm very disappointed, this is the last time I'm going to come to your business. So information needs to be more dynamic in order to convert, and Yext does that as well. So I took a chance with your question, Craig, to kind of expand, but you're right, Yext takes care of distributing information across the web and Broadly takes care of reviews.
Craig is very appreciative of that very special answer. David Egley, you're in, you are safe. Hermut, you're in and you are safe as well. Guys, we're coming down to the wire. You have 3 options. You need to do it right now. Who here, by the way? I can see Ilan is telling me that there are people that are complaining about PayPal not working for them. Just write in the chat box, PP, if PayPal is causing you problems or you've experienced a problem with PayPal. Put it into the chat box, PP, if you've had a major problem with PayPal. I'm seeing a couple of people have had issues. All right, what Ilan has done, I've asked him to open up, if you heard me typing, to open up some spots. If you have experienced, those people who've had a problem with PayPal, please write that if in your form that you had a problem with PayPal, and Ilan has opened up some spots just for people that are experiencing issues. So just write that in the chat box, in the form, that you've had a problem with PayPal. He's trying to open up some more spots. If you don't see any spots there, refresh your page, give him a couple of minutes. He's trying extremely hard in order to be able to do that. Serena, absolutely yes. Okay.
Barry?
Yes.
Can I take the screen for a second? Mr. DeFugo is asking a very interesting question. He's asking, Doesn't Yext have an issue where if you cancel their service, all your reviews disappear? Will we encounter this problem? So this is a very interesting question. There is a misconception here. Because Yext is connected to all the APIs, it's not a manual service, right? They don't go through 70 websites and manually change. By the way, there were companies that were doing that, but they're almost all gone. It's all through the API. So what do you think happens to information when you no longer lock it? As long as it's connected to one record of truth, which is your Yext profile, all those 70 sites look exactly like what you wrote in that profile. What happens if you cancel the service? What happens is the very situation called information decay that I'm going to show you right now. Just a second. I want to show you something really cool. Oh, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Now we can. Yeah, back to the Inwood Village pediatric doctor.
Oh, really?
Now we can see Itamar, your Dropbox.
I am in Dropbox? Really?
That's what we see. Anyway.
Can you guys see like an image of...
The hometown deli?
The hometown, yeah, the hometown deli. Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, now we can see it, yeah.
Like going like a sonar, like a radar thing?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a test that Yext... Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. Wow. This is a test that that Yext did. What happens to a business information throughout the year if nobody keeps that information locked? Okay. The problem is publishers are taking information from tax forms, from aggregators, businesses, owners are changing, businesses change locations, and what they discovered is that actually a business, a simple business like Hometown Deli, has their information changes 61 times during a year. Okay, sorry, 66 times during 1 year. Can you imagine how many times? You can see it on the map. This is Yahoo, Bing, Yellowbot, WebPages, Local.com. See how the name is changing. And they haven't touched it. The phone number is changing. Even the street you're going to see is changing. And because it's changing 61 times, it doesn't have a clear signal. Well, two things happen. B, one, people call the wrong number, and that's losing business. But even more importantly, in some cases, Google doesn't get a clear signal about Hometown Deli from all those publishers. So it's not going to provide them with good ranking when it comes to clear signal, which relates to the relevant factor. The three main ranking factors are relevance, distance, and prominence. So part of relevant is obviously mainly content, but also clear signal, meaning accurate content across the web. So to go back to your question, Mr. DeFugo, the question was, what happens if we remove that lock? This is exactly what happens. It has nothing to do with the X. This is how information decay organically on the web when it's no longer under lock and key and secured because it's connected to one profile.
Guys, the bottom line of that is that once a client is working, they don't let go. It's almost impossible. That's why LTV that we're talking about here, 7+ years. It's incredible. And I want you to start thinking about this. Is important, guys, because what we're building here, this is not a how do I make a lot of money fast. That's great. There's so many ways of making money fast online. That's there's nothing great about that. It's not something that you can rely on for the future. But what we're talking about here is a way that you can generate an income that's going to last, is going to be a reliable income that you know is going to be here this year and next year and the year after. There's only two things that could stop a client from working with you. One is where the doctor dies at some point, which happens, apparently. Doctors do die. Or they retire, whichever comes first, right? Depends on the type of doctor. So whatever comes first, that's the only thing that's going to stop you from continuing with the doctor. So it's really, those are the only things that are going to stop them. They need your assistance, and they need it on an ongoing basis. And that is something you need to understand. And therefore, as you're trying to build a business, you want to build a business that has a long-term potential, not something that's just going to last for a few weeks or a few months or a few years, something that you know and you can rely on. Are you able to see my screen? Brett, I don't think my screen has been handed to me. Itamar,
I handed you the screen.
yeah, but it didn't work. If you just do it one more time, I'd appreciate it. See if we can do it again.
Yeah.
Show my screen. There you go. You should be able to see my screen right now. Okay, again, those are the 3 links. So guys, this is what we're talking about. The ability to build something which has got a legacy, something that is you can rely on, that you build something this year, next year you're going to have recurring income coming in, significant income. And look, Itamar, I've never seen anything like this, that a person that has no experience in sales or agency or online or offline marketing is able to send one doctor to a health check, right? Going to reverse the tables. The doctor sees the problem that he or she is in, gets the service, which our members won't have to touch once that happens, and can make and generate $100,000. I've never seen something that a complete newbie that has no experience with one single deal can change their life. And actually, that's not true. I know a person that lives nearby me that basically made one decent investment his entire life, succeeded at one thing, that pays him a mediocre income. He doesn't work and hasn't worked for the last 30 years. His wife was actually very, very sick and was able basically to bring up his kids and just had enough to get by because he made one decent investment, one decent sell, one investment 20, 30 years ago. This sort of program reminds me of him, where a person can make one deal, one solitary deal, that literally could change absolutely everything. It's almost like putting an investment in your bank that every year you know you're going to get a certain amount of return on. This is what this is all about. I can't think of any other system I've ever seen that works in the way that this works. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, 7 years LTV is something new to me. That's what. There
Yeah.
are several things that. Yeah, something is ringing. There are several things that really attracted me when I started to get into the healthcare market because it was a bit new to me. First thing I didn't understand is that every account is a multiple license sale. Once I got that, my eyes were open. We all know, some of us, at least people who have been in local marketing for some time, we sold before to real estate agents and to HVAC and to cleaners and to lawyers. Many times those sales are, you sell to one person, you sell to one vendor, you send to one client, and that's it. When you know that almost every approach that you make is a multiple license approach, then that immediately opened my eyes from a financial perspective. The second thing that opened my eyes was the regulations. Regulation from the government. The government is going to prosecute you if something that you do in the marketing that you have to do is not done right. That's a pain that we can react to and sell on very easily. I was looking for that pain. Sometimes we call it a hole in the market. That's the second thing. And the third thing was the 7-year LTV. I was blown away. I haven't seen something like that ever. We have great programs and we have great software, but honestly, I never saw a 7-year LTV across the board. And then I started to realize that it's not because of the software, it's because software is very good, but that's not the main differentiator. The main differentiator was a HIPAA compliant review management. The white glove service done for you, response to reviews by a PR team at Empathiq, that's what keeps people, in my opinion. Obviously, there are no specific stats about it, but I think they feel the same.
I can tell you, Itamar, that David Egley, again, you're in, you're safe. William Russell, you've made it in, you are safe. Literally, this is the end now, guys. BLD, I'm not sure your name, that's your business name. You are in at Platinum. You are safe as well. Again, the 3 links, grabumed.com. That's if you want to join at a single page. Saveyoumed.com. If you need to speak to one of our members, just learned from Ilan that he did manage to open up a few more spots. People are having colossal issues with PayPal. And UMed Special, if you want to join at MultiPay. Those are the 3 links, and we're coming down to the wire. So please, if you want to be part of this, this is it. You literally are running out of time. By the way, you got a very nice comment from Dr. Walker. It says, hi there, Itamar. you're the best trainer there is. So it's always good to hear that. And that's a very nice compliment, if I have to say so. It's a good thing that Itamar isn't actually responding to that, because we don't want him to get too full of himself.
Wow, I was muted. Actually, I was
Great,
blushing.
good.
I was responding very well to it. You're happy that I was muted. I know.
Yes, I muted you.
Thank you, Doc.
Here's a great question from Sherry. Okay, on a limited budget. Okay, I want you to imagine, Itamar, you've got this incredible system, which is great. You have a shoestring budget in order then to start driving traffic. How many of the different methods and strategies that you're about to share members and the Empathic team and the X team are going to share our members, how many of those strategies are actually free or extremely cheap strategies that they can start closing deals immediately? But remember one thing, Sherry, the goal here for you is to close that first solitary deal, because that single deal will take you out of the realm of being in a situation where you don't have any money to play with to a completely different ball game. And if that one deal happens to be one doctor with a few locations, it's game over for you, Sherry. If it happens to be a little clinic with a few doctors, it's a game over situation for you, Sherry. But let's imagine, Itamar, that you've got a shoestring budget and you need to make something happen. What would you recommend, and what sort of strategy are you going to share with our members that's going to allow them to market with that shoestring budget?
Yeah, so again, most of what we do is shoestring budgets, marketing tactics. So we have 3 or 4 marketing tactics that you don't need any money for at all, and 2 of them you can do completely remotely, not including the one that Corey from Empathiq is going to teach us about getting into hospitals. I know from Empathiq, getting into a small hospital is a long sales cycle. 3 to 6 months, sometimes more, but I think it's worth it. And you can do that. You can work on a few hospitals slowly as you're grabbing, a few sole practitioners in small clinics much faster.
For those of you that joined us late and are asking, is there a replay? I have no idea. Right now we have an issue. We've got 6 or 7 spots left. That is absolutely it. And then we got a real issue because we've already shared with you that we've got license. We have the ability to open up to 120 members. This is going extremely, extremely quickly, as you've seen. And then we got an issue internally because at that point, we have to bring the cost up. The cost of the program is going to have to go up, or we're going to have to remove something from the program in order to make it as it is. So we're going to have to sit with ourselves. We're going to have to sit with our partners. But guys, I can tell you right now, if you want to be part of this, grab this now. If we do an encore, it will be a very, very small one for a very select group of our very best VIP members. Most members will not be invited to it at all if we do have a few remaining seats. So please, if you want to join us, you got 3 options. Grab UMed. That's you get a single pay. Save UMed. If you're having a problem joining, you want to try and speak to a member of our team. I'm not sure if there's a spot left for this, even though Ilan told me that they've tried to open up a bunch of spots. And umedspecial.com, he's telling me they are, but they may not even be spots available. UMed Special, if you want to join at a multi-pay. Guys, make your decision right now. Virginia, just make it clear. I'm going to give me your email address. In fact, I've got your email address. When you do join, Virginia, I'm going to just use the email address that you've joined this webinar with right now. I'm going to give it to you. If you're not even sure which one you've used, I'm going to put that into the system so that you will be protected, my friend, okay? Use that email address when you do join and you will be protected. Okay, good question coming here from Red Itamar. At the end of the day, we've said so many things are done for them. What are they actually doing? Share with our members, what do they themselves actually have to do in order to make a lot of money with this? We've told them what they don't need to do, but what do they actually need to do? As I speak, Stephen Raju, you're in. You're the last to join us. You are safe, my friend, Stephen. Welcome on board, my friend. Itamar.
Well, Red, we're responsible to going after these physicians and securing them. So what does that mean? It means the funnel that we just discussed, showing as many physicians as we need to, the marketing, showing them the scan, getting them enticed, getting them into a communication with us, and then securing closing them on a yearly, hopefully a yearly subscription, which is usually renewed for 7 years, as we know with Empathiq. So that's what we do. After we do that, hands off. You can obviously keep in contact with that client, sell them other things, but from that point on, Empathiq team takes on, they do the kickoff call, they do the integration between their systems and the doctor CRM or whatever they need to do. They explain everything to the client. They do the account management. They do the HIPAA compliant review response. They do disputes. They're in constant communication with the doctor. So what we need to do is basically close the sales. And guys, just so you don't get confused, these are your clients. Clients you secure are yours. It's not like an affiliate program where they're Empathiq, and no, you're a reseller. You're a certified reseller. These are your clients. If tomorrow you want to take that client, you can. You can sell them anything that you want. It's your client.
Which is unbelievable, Itamar, if you think about it, that these two mega companies have agreed, even though they are basically using all of their facilities, all of their software, all of their tools, all of their funnels, they've agreed that we can then go in there and sell them other offers. Perhaps you can elaborate just for a second, because again, guys, you don't need to do this, because just by providing this one service can change everything for you. But for those of you who are thinking a little bit bigger, want to just build something that's extraordinary, build a legacy, you can upsell them on so many things that Itamar is going to recommend. Itamar, can you just give a couple of ideas of the types of things that our members could then upsell them to, which would then generate just ridiculous money? And that you don't need to share with anyone. In the meantime, Heather Pender, you are in, my friend. You are safe. You made it in what we call in England the 90th minute. We're in injury time, but you have made it. Heather Pender, you are safe. And I love your name, by the way, and it rhymes beautifully. Itamar, what could our members upsell, and how much sort of money could they be generating with the upsells?
So upsell is endless, right? We saw this industry is spending so much money on marketing. $5.1 billion in the local small clinic and physician industry. That's not including hospitals. And that is spent not only on digital, that is spent on TV, magazines, direct mailing. They have a ton of money to spend. So you can do a mobile responsive website for them. You can do an email campaign for them. You can do a magazine ad for them. There are certain things that we're also going to provide you that you can upsell to them. Just for example, we have an agreement with Broadly through which you can upsell them into a mobile responsive website built by Broadly, connected to their system for $99 a month, and you're getting half of that. So a lot of more surprises coming up, but basically if you're currently doing something, let's say some of you are, I know some of you like Nikki have a bunch of solutions, from anything from websites to Facebook advertising to other stuff. You can sell them endlessly. Yeah, and guys, you know, Barry, I can hear your.
No, I've got a issue here. Yeah, someone's trying to call me as we talk right now. I apologize. Yeah.
It's fine. So beside the multiple licenses that we sell them, and we can make a lot of thousands of dollars per month per account that we sell, websites, advertising, direct mailing, what we call vanity advertising, getting them a one-page ad on Health Magazine, a lot of things that we can do for them. Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And
Barry, I think Red, I see something. I think maybe we misunderstood Red's question. He's asking not what we're as members doing for the clients, what is our responsibility. He's asking, what do we provide the client? What kind of services? So Red, if this is what you're asking, we went through this several times, but I'll share it with you again. We're basically making sure that doctors are getting found online everywhere all the time with accurate information so they convert, that they have top ranking reviews, a lot of, not only on their site but also in other places, that they don't have negative reviews, and that every response they have for reviews is HIPAA compliant so they don't get sued. Is that the answer you were looking for? Red?
All right, let's get Red's response in a second there.
Yeah.
A good question. Excellent, Red. Thank you for hanging on for that. Cal's asking, just to be absolutely clear about this, Itamar, are we sending clients 3 different programs, or what are we selling to clients? Because there's 3 different vendors here. Really, it's an integration between Yext and Empathiq. But perhaps you can share 3 different companies, 2 for the front end, and there's a 3rd company we're introducing to that you can join on the back end once you have joined at the front end. Can you just share with Cal and anyone else that's not quite sure, what are we saying? 3 programs, 2 programs, 1 program? It's a mixture. Just make it as clear as you possibly can.
Yeah, so for doctors, we sell what I just mentioned. Doctors really don't care what kind of vendors we work with. What we sell to doctors is a combination of Empathiq and Yext. The Yext is already bundled into the Empathiq system in an integration we have, okay? So basically, we go to doctors and we sell them everything we said just now that I answered Red, and that comes from Empathiq and Yext. We go in as Empathiq certified consultants because we want that social proof of dealing with the healthcare market. Yes, Yext are generalists. They're great for anything, but they're not known in the market as a healthcare specific provider. Empathiq are, and the case studies Empathiq have are dealing with hospitals, large clinics, solo practitioners, and that's how we want to go to market. If we want to then go to market to other niches, for example, pet stores, HVAC, gardeners, cleaning services, lawyers is a big and excellent niche that needs a lot of good reviews. You can imagine why. Then we go with Broadly and Yext again. We always need that combination of review and presence. Yext give us the presence across the web. Broadly give us the reviews for general businesses. And then we go as Broadly certified consultants into the market. If we want, okay, so those are the 2 main ways. If we want, I'm also going to show you how to do a standalone sale of a Yext. So a lot of times, Yext is important for any kind of business. Even businesses that will renounce the fact that they need reviews, which is insane, but let's say that there are some businesses like that, they wouldn't say, you know what, I don't need to be on Google. That's not important. Who heard of Facebook? I don't know what Yelp is. That doesn't happen. So with the scan, you show them very quickly, hey, dear HVAC member, client, potential client, you are not where you think you are. Nobody sees you because you are not on 50% of the publishers. And when they do see you, even on the big publishers, they just see your name and phone number. This is not impactful. I would never buy your services. I would go to your peer, your competition right next to you that has a full impressive website-like listing, and guess what? Reviews. So Yext is a great leading product and a low-cost leading product into selling reviews as well. So that's what we're going to go to market with, and those are the ways that we're going to go to market with.
Wow. Wow. And guys, again, as I pointed out throughout this presentation, you're not here to learn theory. You're here to learn what's actually working. And Itamar, to be able to learn, you know, it's the big thing. I got my breakthrough because I started to, once I realized that I'm not here to learn marketing, I'm here to learn things that actually work. I know the reason why you've been so successful in all the business that you've built is that you've only ever done things and work with strategies and ideas with things that you know work, right? And afterwards you can be innovative within the realm of things that are solid, scientific, and work. So you're going to be getting the funnels exactly what's working right now. These teams want to work with you. They want to give you the assets because you have an incredible service. This combination of these companies, you have an asset that you can go out and sell mass market. It's unbelievable. And this is your ability to do something that's unique with systems and software and funnels that are proven to work. Palmetto, you are the last to join. You are safe at Platinum. George, I can see you just joined. Also, you joined. You're now part. Also, you'll be able to do this for other markets with Broadly as well. David Shell, you can also, you've joined the Broadly as well. There's a very, very special offer on the back end. Do not close that video. Whatever you do, at your peril, close that video because you will not be able to get that again. It's a very, very special upsell if you'd like to join us for Broadly, which allows you to do this for other niches as well. Itamar, obviously you're a big fan of the medical niche. If you had to encapsulate in 20, 30 seconds, what is so unique about the medical niche that this is where to start, especially people that are joining the incredible Broadly as well program. Why would you start with doctors? Or would you say, you know what, you could start with doctors, but you actually could start with other professions? And if there's other professions, is there another one that you're extremely excited about, you believe is this low-hanging fruit? Looks like Itamar's disappeared. His microphone has either...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're still recovering from the compliment from Dr. Walker, I think.
So why sell into healthcare? We covered that. We sell into healthcare because A, each sale is a multiple account sale. B, they have a real pain with HIPAA compliant. And C, you know, we can have a 7-year LTV in that niche, which we don't find in other niches. So these three combined together is something that should pretty much propel all of you to sell into this market. That said, we know of beautiful other markets. Those of you, the agencies, you know, like I mentioned before, Broadly is doing very well with attorneys. Attorneys is a great example of a business that can be a sole practitioner or work in a firm that is small with three other lawyers, or maybe with 200 lawyers, just like a doctor. And needs very, very high reviews because you don't really want to be represented by that 2.5-star lawyer, right? When you need the lawyer, you want that lawyer to be a 5-star lawyer. We don't need them much, you know, that hopefully most of us, but when we do need one, it's like a doctor. We want somebody good. So they also need very good reviews and also can't afford bad reviews, okay? And so going after that market will also be perfect. So I think this is why we brought Broadly into the program, guys. Essentially, the program was concentrating on healthcare because of the reason we mentioned. Then we said, okay, what about other niches? A, many of our members have clients in other niches. B, might be easier for newbies to go after some service providers they know as friend, family members, or business acquaintances that maybe are not physicians, but they can do a quick sale, $249 a month, a yearly guarantee. They're making you know, more than $1,000 net profit just on one client on 1 year, meaning basically they paid for this entire program.
I'm just saying, guys, we're down to the wire here. We've got a couple of spots left, and this is it. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Itamar, but this is it. Anyone that wants to join, this is the final call. If you want to join, it's grab UMed. You get a single pay. Save UMed if you are having a problem joining. Ilana's told me I haven't tested the page, that there are a couple of spots he's trying to open up. He's going to try and get through to people that have had issues with their PayPal. And UMed special if you want to join at 3Pay. Itamar, since we are coming right down to the end, can I just ask some quick fire questions? So we've got a couple of spots left and that's it.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. John Brack's got a great question. How are they positioning themselves to doctors? Are they certified resellers? How would you position them?
Our members?
Yes, how they position in front of the doctor.
Yeah, you'll see it in our emails. You go right ahead and you say, hey, this is Itamar. I'm calling, I'm emailing you. It's an email, but it's very hard to kind of communicate like an email. I'm calling from Empathiq, or I'm from Empathiq. And that's it. You're starting that conversation like from the company. And it's fine. They have our backs with that. It's fine once we get certified. Once we do our job correctly and we adhere to the regulations of the brand, we can say that, and you just go into that business, say, hi, I'm Mike from Empathiq, and you write an email, you say, hey, this is John from Empathiq. I notice you have a 3-point-star review on Google. This is hurting you, blah, 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 blah. You'll see all the ready-made emails that we have that we worked on with Empathiq. That's how you go. So if somebody really asks you, then you can say, yes, I'm a certified Empathiq consultant. But when you start a conversation, you start an email, you just say, I'm from Empathiq. Robert is saying, can we get fired? Yeah.
Well, 7 years maybe. After 7, well, you know what? The only way you're going to get fired likely is one, the doctor dies, or two, the doctor retires, right? And even then, they may not actually stop paying you. You may only find out after posthumously that they actually died, because you may still be collecting, or you have no idea. But that's the only reason. It's a white, and they need the service. They need the service. Guys, as we're coming to the bitter end here, we're down to the wire. Just one last time, I'm going to go over exactly what you're getting. Our members we're just asking a question, and we just share with you exactly what you're getting here, guys. You can join right now. UMed Gold. That means you get access to the multi-million-dollar software to get results for any Med Pro, $100,000 value. You're getting the multi-million-dollar Yext done for you funnels, done for you. You don't need to think about marketing. You don't need to think about, oh, what type of emails do I send out? When they come into your funnel, you literally copy and paste. Exclusive training with the Yext and Empathiq teams. You're getting a huge payday training of how to go after hospitals. That could be $1 million deal with one single deal. No, you don't have to touch a thing. Top sellers training. You're going to learn how the top sellers position themselves so you can close the deal every single time. You don't need to sell a thing. Plus insane bonus, the billing and the fulfillment is all done for you. If you want to go platinum on top of gold, you're getting access to the multi-million-dollar online health check scan system. That basically creates so much pain for doctors. They have no choice but to click on contact you. They contact you. You've got the white label professional website for instant agency status. You know what? Itaman, plus on top of that, you're getting certified by Yext and Empathiq Umbrella. You're reaching the top echelons of these companies in one foul swoop. Itamar, can you show the website that everyone is getting? I just want to make sure one final time, for those of you that don't have an online presence, you don't have already an experience of success in your life, in your business life, you're sitting here thinking, you know what, can I do this? Itamar, can you take the screen for a second?
Yeah, sure. Just a second.
I want you to take a look, guys, at this website. Again, we've got the tool. We don't have to show the inside of the tool, but we can show, you know, we're back to your, there you go. Just take a look at this website. Itamar, explain what's going on this website with the online health check, etc. What's going on? Why is this such a high converting website? What's going on here that makes this so powerful? Look at the top left-hand corner, guys. Your Inc. That means, yes, you will have your name there, or your company name there, or your personal name there. Yes, Dr. Walker Marketing, Robert Isaacson Marketing, Mohammed Perlig Marketing, Serena Durante Marketing, whatever you want, Craig Joyner Marketing. Itamar, what's going on this page? Why is it so powerful, firstly?
So first off, we try to use the assets of our vendors, which they allowed us to use. What you're actually seeing, the video you're actually seeing, is the video from Yext. Yext have actually allowed us to use, because we're certified resellers, they actually allowed us to use their video as our own. So using assets of $1 billion company, and also all the images that you see here are from Broadly and from Yext and from Empathiq, we know these assets have been built to convert. Second thing is we worked on copy together, and you can see that everywhere that we suggest a feature or suggest a service, we suggest scan your business right now, online health scan. Why? Again, the scan engine is our lead engine. When somebody clicks on it and goes and performs a scan, completes the scan, immediately two things happen. They know they're in bad shape. If they are, maybe they're in good shape. And B, we are getting an email with their lead and the scan they did to immediately follow up. It's so simple and fantastic. And all the information we have here have been taken from one of the three vendors. So we know the stats have been for rigorous tests and compiled from either their from companies like Comscore or research they requested, or from their specific customers. And we're basically here showing all the different issues that a business can have, from reviews to inaccurate information to the need of a ton of information across the web, until we get to a contact us page, all the while having the different call to actions of scan your business, health care check. And guys, let me tell you something else. This is all built on Manu Solution Platform, which is the platform we use to manage our websites. It's a top-tier platform, and it's a website WYSIWYG builder, kind of like a Wix, which basically means if you want to change something here, not only your logo, you want to add a video. You think you want to go just after healthcare and you want to reduce all the messaging, not to make it generic, go just after healthcare messaging. You want to put something you have created, some sort of graphic, some changes the text. You want to add a page with specific information or a blog, you can do that here. Okay, so we're actually giving you a full-featured website and website builder as part of this, hosted by us. You don't pay for this. Barry?
Well, I've fallen off my seat. I had to put myself back onto it again. And of course, you just click that button and they go to the online health check, which is that masterpiece that creates so much pain for doctors. Yet we're turning the tables on the doctors, and this allows us to get those doctors to reach out to us and practically force us to work with them. We're basically now right here at the very, very end, guys. This is it. It's the final call. Beth, you are the last person to join. Your family name there, let me just get it for you. I had it before. I'll check in, I'll go in one more time. But Beth, you are the last one to join. You are safe, just about, but you just about made it at the end. Itamar, let's just summarize. I'm just going to put the links up one very final time. Let me get the links up. If you can show my screen, Itamar.
Yeah, sure. Just answered Mario.